There we go. There we go. For some reason, it wasn't.
Oh, there you go. The echo, the loop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Test heckle.
Should now be going good. All right.
It took me a second there, Sephi. It took me a second. Well played.
Ross Noble routine.
Yeah, because I'm professional.
We are not professionals.
No way, shape, or form.
I actually keep forgetting to change my icon on Roll20 whenever we do the Voarcel game. Originally, I had the Aggressary icon, the eye covered in blood and everything, because I thought that was a real metal image. But I just really prefer having the Sam Riegel, every episode we just have like a goofy image. The little running joke. And my personal favourite was the one with Arena with the sunglasses on the whole weekend of Bernie's thing. But yes, we will be joined by Miss Courtesy shortly. In the meantime, a brief recap of what happened last week. You guys did not explode.
Yay!
Yeah! You actually managed to defuse the bomb, which would have destroyed a good chunk of Grimscar. Well, technically a bad chunk of Grimscar, but, who's counting? You managed to take part of the arming mechanism with you, so the actual weapon itself has kind of been neutralized, but there isn't really much you can do about the material and everything in there. Hey, Lizzie!
Heyo, I'm trying to... You said we were level 4, and I'm trying to edit my character to do that, but D&D Beyond is like, hello, I am loading for about 20 minutes, and I'm like, cool. I'll just sit here patiently, I guess.
Yeah, I apologize. D&D Beyond can be a little awkward sometimes. Have you tried refreshing the page?
That makes sense. You are a computer wizard, Dennis. I shall see.
I prefer wizard, computer warlock, but sure, why not?
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
The whole computer? That
Have
might
you
take
tried
us half an
sacrificing
hour, but
your young to Cthulhu?
I've tried sending things down to Cthulhu, but...
But yes,
I hate this thing. Prove you're human. Select all the squares with vehicles in them. Does that tiny, tiny car in the background count?
Usually, yes.
Yeah.
Usually human by seeing something that no human can actually see.
Yeah.
Thanks, Internet. Well, yeah. So the basic thing that happened last week, you guys managed to defuse this large bomb that was being held in a cellar somewhere in Grimscar. There was a bit of a fight where there were a few smaller explosions. There was a little bit of damage dealt, but you guys actually did really well in shutting down what seemed to be the remains of the Renville Riders. You also managed to capture a female gnome who you later found out was the wife of Devin/Victor Gray, the current leader of the Riders. You also, well, Miss Courtesy doesn't really know much else about what happened, but some other interesting developments took place. You then went back to the Black Keep, went straight to Margo, not the Watchmaster, and you gave her the good news and basically, oh, hi. And my wife is home early, yay. And you basically, you handed over this, the wife of the Riders leader, and you were able to basically Ang, because he was the one who caught her, he basically got the share all to himself. I believe that was 1,000 gold's worth of platinum.
Yep, about 100.
Yeah. You got 100 platinum pieces and the appreciation of the head of the Fermenter cartel. So, all things considered,
Good
you
fool.
guys have
Good
done
fool.
pretty well for
Ian,
yourself.
very respectful.
Question.
Yes, my
So I'm
dear.
putting myself to level 4, and if
Yes.
so, I went like edit my character and everything,
Uh-huh.
and then I went to class and I made myself level 4. Does that automatically pull my HP up, or do I have to actually manage that?
As far as I'm aware, with D&D Beyond, it should automatically boost your hit points and everything.
Oh, good.
I will say on the the little character token that you have here, there is a health bar there, but it's only got 28.
Okay, I can change that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No problem. While all of this was going on in this room, you guys out here, Graz, Miss Curtis said, you've noticed that Graz has seemed a little bit sullen since you left the fight. You actually missed the fight, by the way.
Yeah.
You went off to get some help. Some of the goblins that were working with Matthias, they had pointed you in the right direction. However, they kind of, while you expected them to instantly join you in the fight, they were kind of holding back. They wouldn't let you pass, and you started to get the impression that you might have made a bit of a mistake in calling their attention. But fortunately, your friends eventually came out, everything seemed fine, and you guys headed back to the Black Keep. And for the past 10-15 minutes, you've been just keeping an eye on Glorth as he's working on a little device in the corner. Oh, yeah, I think there it was. So, Glorth has been playing around with a flute, which suddenly kind of exploded, and this wooden door just embedded in the wall over there.
Oh!
Sorry.
A secret bard weapon.
I thought it was supposed to go out the other end. Yeah. And he just pockets the little flute.
Gracious.
So.
Okay. Sorry. Now that I've pulled everything up to where it needs to be, how do I save my changes in this?
I
just open your character sheet and it saves automatically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There you go.
I don't need to do anything about getting out of the editing screen.
Yep, just go over to what's next and then open up your character sheet and you're fine.
Oh, cool.
Hooray!
Hooray!
And because of the Roll20 add-on, you should just be able to click things in D&D Beyond and it will roll in the screen here.
Awesome.
Incidentally, you're not in Roll20 yet.
Yep, I am pulling that up now.
Not a problem.
Meanwhile,
so, while
I'm
that's
in the
going
background
on,
eating a Scotch egg like an apple.
Oh gosh, darn it! I miss Scotch eggs so badly.
What? A what?
Oh, we need to explain to our American listeners.
Imagine
a
soft-boiled egg.
Okay.
Wrapped in sausage meat and breadcrumbs.
Okay.
And fried.
I'm picky, so that doesn't sound appealing, but I like most of those things separately.
To be fair, though, you can get versions where it's just the yolk of the egg, which is what I prefer.
Oh, that's true.
I like boiled eggs, but just the white parts. The yolk parts are so weird and.
I'm the opposite. I can't really eat the white.
That's where the protein is, though.
I know, but I just throw that and the dog eats it. So.
Fair enough.
Literally throw it, that's not just me saying, "Oh, I throw it away." Nope, I throw that sucker.
Medius. So, while we're just setting that up there, meanwhile, in the office of Margo, there was, I believe, a little revelation. Do we remember?
Yes.
Are you alright, Skullface?
Oh, now, Just found out that the bastards who were holding my family half my family hostage just tried to blow up the entire fucking town.
Yes, well, getting angry now isn't going to solve that issue. Save it for when you can see them.
That's true, Miss Springsinger. He just kind of leaves it at that. He's just...
Yeah, Margo sort of like rubs her chin at this. So, what you're telling me is that the Fabriders are the ones who handed your husband the bomb, yeah? She leans over Sadie. Yeah, well, that's what he said. I never met him myself, but, that's the name he mentioned. She looks over, Margo looks over to Skullface and the rest of the group. Probably a good idea to keep this quiet for now. Let me make a few subtle calls. The Riders used to be friends of mine before, well, you know what happened. And, yeah, just let me make a few inquiries. You all right with that, Wex?
All right, Margo.
You're a good boy.
Just think how much sweeter it will be if you get to kick their faces in legally.
Exactly.
Kicking the doors. I'm kicking the doors in and the faces in, Miss Springsinger. That's a...
You're a smart one, Maya. Very smart. So, in the meantime, Margo puts a very friendly hand on Sadie's shoulder. Sadie looks absolutely terrified. If it's all right with you, I'm going to have a little, a more in-depth conversation with our friend here. Unless there's anything else you guys want to do?
No, I think that's it for me, Margo.
Very good, very good. You have yourselves a good day now. And
Try
let's see, I would say
too much fun, Margo.
Yeah, I would say, Jurnis, as you're basically up near the door, you just feel this slight brushing movement as the door opens behind you, and a slight breathy whisper. The weird thing about what you now know to be Mr. Sunshine is that even when you know where he is, it's really hard to make him out. But regardless, the door opens behind you, and the whispering shadow lurks to the side here.
Okay then. As I say, try not to have too much fun there, Margo. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, Margo, come on, Rook. Goodbye.
Aang bows to her again and leaves the room.
As you step out, the door closes quietly behind you. And Specky needs to get out of there. Ah! Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Hilda just gives you all a nod and says, well, unless there's anything else, thank you for coming, and hope you all have a good... And halfway through, you just start hearing screaming coming from behind the door. And she picks up a voice, well, thank you all for coming. Have a good day.
Thanks, Hilda.
You to leave.
See you later.
We go. Out we go.
Yes.
Just gonna
let
nod
me
her.
just-
As I said, Rook.
Goodbye, world.
Okay. As you guys head out, the bugbear and the hobgoblin guards are just going to step back in there. This goblin woman who was waiting for an appointment looks like she's about to go in. She hears the noise and she's like, nope.
They're still closed, dear.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
yep.
Space cowboy. Nope.
Gotcha. And there we go. Okay. So, what are you guys doing now then?
Aren't we still supposed to be looking for that one lady that we never found?
Yeah, we found her.
Oh, good. Great. Just making sure that we took care of that.
Mm.
Oh, heck, tea.
Yes, well, we'll explain to you in a little bit. I, for one, vote for a very stiff drink.
Ang just kind of, Skullface just kind of pats Ang's side of his place. Well, Rook, you know the rule. First big round.
All right then. To the tavern. It is.
Okay.
Would this be a good time for me to go have my tea date, Dennis?
That's an interesting question. So, as you guys are heading down towards the exit, of the Black Keep, you note. Give me a What's everybody's passive perception?
14.
Mine's like 10.
12.
12 indeed. Wait,
11.
no, that's wisdom. Nope,
11.
it's still 12. Okay.
Yeah, mine's 14.
Okay. Well, as you do that, Wex, you notice that as you're heading down, you start noticing a couple of guards rushing down one of the side passages. After a moment, you hear a alarm whistle, and then another one sound.
I suppose we should probably go help.
All right.
It helps
Very
thinking
well.
of Annie.
You see Ang just kind of like limber himself up, gonna, stretching.
Mhm.
Okay, which direction
Okay.
did it come from?
Give me a. Let's see now. Yeah, just give me a basic intelligence check.
All or just Wes?
Just Wex.
Wex.
That means you, Skullface. Oh, did we lose? I think we have actually. I think he's. Oh, there we are. Oh, that's boom, boom, boom. Yeah, looks like we had a bit of a lag there. We'll go with the first one. You think? I'd say the DC was 5. You think to yourself for a moment, it's like, yeah, that seems to be like where the other, like the head offices are. Margo has more one of the side offices, despite her station in the plenum. And it seems to be more the area where people like the Watchmaster have their office. And
That's my boss.
Isn't
yeah,
that where what's his big hung out as well? Gray.
yes. And you remember Margo saying that because the information was already out about Victor Gray, that the Watchmaster had prepared something. Do you proceed?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
Okay then. So, you find yourselves. Bear with me a second. Specky, I'm sorry. Boop.
Our potato friend.
Yay. Hot potato. You find yourselves outside the office to the. Basically, this is the Watchmaster's office. And inside, if the music will behave, as you come up to the door, you hear crashing, you hear the sounds of steel clattering, and you hear a scream.
Gracious.
That sounds concerning.
Perhaps we should go check that out.
Quick question. During
Yes.
our conversation with Margo, would that have been considered a short rest?
I would say yes. I was actually going to bring that up. I mean, technically, you've leveled up because you're all level 4 now.
Does that
Yay.
reset our stats and spells? Like RPG or just...
Shh, let Dennis say what he wants.
No.
Ah.
I'm afraid not. But you do have a short rest. You do have a short rest.
Okay.
So,
5 hit points.
Skullface is just going to kind of edge Graz aside, get close to the door, and he's just going to try and kick it.
okay then. Bear with me. Let me just move both around. Actually, Jurnis, let me just give you the ability to... yeah, for the sake of argument, we're just going to say Gloth is over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here. I'm very hard to do that voice. And so you're
over
kicking
here.
open the door.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, Skullface, you kick open the door, and inside you see quite the scene. Several dead. That's the map. Oh my god, so many layers. Son of a bee.
Like an
Okay.
onion. Or cake.
Yes. Okay. You basically see he's slightly blooded, but this dwarven gentleman, fairly well dressed in armor, sword dripping in blood, 3 dead guardsmen, and he's just advancing on this screaming woman in the corner as you kick open the door. I would say anybody like Skullface, Courtesy, and Ang would know this to be the secretary for the Watchmaster.
Oh.
So, as you
Yeah, we should
kick open the
we should do
door,
something about that.
I would say roll initiative, please.
I didn't click on that. Why are you opening? Stop.
Okay.
That roll for me?
Go!
Ah, damn it.
Oh
Try
wait,
again.
I should be rolling initiative. That's a thing that people do. Yep.
Yes.
Go away.
Womp.
Eh.
Doop, doop, doop.
I may have taken my Adderall, but it has not kicked in yet.
I know that feel.
I'm trying very hard to pay attention.
It is, honey, it is absolutely fine. Don't you worry about it. Where's the initiative turn go? There we go. Disappeared for some
We
reason.
must attack all of the key.
About to end this whole man's career.
Is everyone in?
Yes.
Okay. First up, Ang. What you gonna do?
Sick him, kitty.
Wow.
Exactly. Aang is going to basically bound over Skullface
Mm-hmm.
and this dead guard and
Mm-hmm.
pounce on him.
Okay then. Give me a. What did we decide this was? Is it like a athletics or strength check?
Well, sorry, what was he
I
trying to
think
do?
we decided athletics? Maybe?
Athletics.
I think for grappling, which is what this is strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, you're not supposed to be able to grapple without the grappler feat, but yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not
We've been
really?
doing it
Stupid.
so often.
That is
Yeah.
super stupid. If I want to grab someone, I can grab someone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people
I would
Tackling is
say.
like my staple move.
Yeah, I would homebrew it where if you wanted to do that kind of thing, you could absolutely. Bear with me a moment. Oh shoot. Yeah. Yeah, you got him. Basically, so this killie just like Skullface kicks open the door, sees this scene in front of him, but Ang is the one who just like leaps through and just floors this guy. He's not prone, but he does seem to be grappled. Let me put this guard on the back. There we go. And what are you doing? Anything else? Any bonus actions?
Let's see. Yeah, I am going to use my martial arts
Mm-hmm.
to make an unarmed strike.
Okay. A 14 is not going to hit.
Advantage is grappled.
Oh, a 19 is going to hit. That's going to be 5 damage. Okay, you basically swipe at him with your killy claws. He already looks fairly blooded, but you don't seem to have done that much in the way of damage, and he just like growls at you. Just for the fun of it, give me a... Who here has already seen Victor Grey?
I believe
that's
none of us have.
I've seen him, haven't I?
So.
You have.
And I also committed his face to memory because of that thing that happened.
Yes.
Oh wait, has Skullface seen his face before? Because Skullface definitely would remember it.
I would say technically you all met him because he was walking out of the outreach just before. You know, he was walking out of Stuttgart's sermon just before you all jumped him.
Right. And
He was in
Yeah,
commoner clothes at
Skullface.
the time.
but Skullface would recognise his face.
I would say just give me a basic. Oh, there you go. I would say just for the flavour of it, this guy has a certain. He just looks familiar. There's a certain something about this dwarf.
He has a certain something about him that we just couldn't resist.
Yeah, he does seem quite suave. But yeah, that's going to be Ang's turn. Next up, Miss Courtesy.
Awesome. I'm also going to, 5, 10, 15. Am I allowed to jump over these little seat pew things?
If you want to, I'm going to ask for an athletics check. I would say they count, yes. Athletics check to see if you do it easily or if they're difficult terrain.
Okay. How far did I just move? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. How far is my movement speed? It's 30, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll leap over onto this and see if I can do that gracefully.
Okay, athletics, please.
Please be graceful. Womp. Womp. No.
My dear, would you please
Why?
roll a D100 for me?
Does this happen to me every time?
It does.
Happen
to me. Oof.
I've made my mistakes.
Okay, you don't take damage, but you are unfortunately knocked prone.
Just basically
Okay.
trip over the desks and fall
I
flat in your
just-
face.
Ate dirt. I did that as a little kid. I jumped over the side of a sandbox and I did not do it well. And I was
Oh, dear.
wearing like gauze for a month.
Oh,
Full
no.
scorpion.
Slap. You can use the rest of your movement to. You can basically use an action to get up, or you can try and basically just swing at him from the floor with disadvantage.
I think I'll try to get up. I feel like it'll be more useful if I try to get up first.
Okay.
And no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna try to recover quietly.
Okay then. All right. So you're basically you basically just sort of like just spring back up. It's like I'm fine. Nobody saw that, right? And that is your turn. Skullface.
Skullface is going to try and jump over this one here.
Okay.
Over the
Athletics,
little
please.
athletics.
Mhm.
This whole team is just gonna eat dirt.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. You just about make it. Yep.
Oh,
And with that, he takes Letitia, takes
Mhm.
aim at this guy's knee,
Yeah.
and fires around.
Okay. Roll it. 15.
15.
Technically, that does not hit. Now, because he's being grappled by Ang, does that mean
He
that
gets
anybody else?
advantages on attacks on him, so
So
There
it's
you
to roll
go.
another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he basically is like you know, Ang and this dwarf are just like they're just grappling. They're just like struggling, and it's like you really can't get a clear shot without hitting Ang.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah,
not much I can. All I can really do is keep the gun aimed at his leg, really.
Yeah.
Try and get the
You
shot.
could. Has your action surge returned, or is that something?
Oh, that's the point. Yeah.
Is that short rest or long rest?
I think it might be
Let's bring
long
up
rest.
the. Let's have a quick goosey action surge. Short or long rest?
Oh, well, there you go then.
Oh, yeah.
Your action surge is back. If
Right.
you don't have to use it, it is there if you want to, though.
I think I'll use it and try and fire again.
Okay, go ahead.
Just clicked it. Just give it a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Where's
Lag.
I'll click it again and see if it comes through. And
Okay, 21's going to
21.
hit. Roll me some damage.
I'm going for his
21.
knee, so it's non-lethal.
I was going to say it's almost a nut shot. That 15. Okay, yeah, you got his attention there. Minus 15.
So I just knackered his kneecap completely.
And you hear some very choice words in Dwarven, and this guy is going to yell out again in Dwarven. Victor, we got company. Is that your turn, Skullface?
Just go. Oh, so he's here, is he?
He just growls at you. Graz, what is Graz going to do?
Graz is going to step here, hop up on this bench, and she has gonna quickly glance. Killer restrain.
I'd say restrain for this one.
Okay. Graz is going for the other knee.
Yeah.
Don't hit Kitty.
Yeah.
16.
A 16. That just hits.
Excellent.
That's going to be 10 damage. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So
Graz takes off the shot, and he basically, this dude now does literally have an arrow in the knee.
No more adventure day for you.
He's got an arrow in one knee and nothing in the other.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
I mean, mechanically speaking, I don't think that he's.
He should be prone.
Yeah.
If you want, you can make a Constitution save and see if he's still standing.
You know what? Yes, that is actually fair, because let's see, Constitution saving throw from this guy. Yeah, I would say you've noticed that while you did get her off a really good shot, it actually wasn't the knee you hit. A good chunk of his thigh was blown away, and it looks like it's bleeding really badly. But this guy is fucking tough. He is just like grappling with Ang. It's just like this almost feral. Despite him looking fairly well presented and fairly, it's like the beard is pretty well kept, the hair is oiled and everything. This guy's a fucking animal. But does Graz have any other turns?
No, she's okay for now.
Okay. Next up, Miss Springsinger.
I heard him call for Victor, right?
You did. You heard the name Victor. He was yelling in Dwarven.
Okay, well, logically, that's the only place where someone can be. So, 5, 10, I'll make the athletics check in a moment. 15, 20, 25. I want to open that door.
Okay.
Athletics. Do you want my athletics for clamber over the tables?
Absolutely. Yes,
The-
please.
Only thing I don't have a bonus on.
Well, unfortunately, I would say you get about here, but you basically face plant. Again, so like Miss Curtis said, you make the first one fine. You're able to skip past Skullface, no problem. But the second one, your hoof kind of trips up, and you're just literally like the top half of you is sticking just. Basically, your hooves kind of caught on the top edge, and your face. You were able to catch yourself before doing any harm to yourself, but your hands are basically on the floor. If that makes sense. So do you want to use the rest your action to get up, or do you want to try and take a swipe at this dude from the ground?
I will. Sure. Continue the theme. I'll swipe at his ankles.
Okay, then. I like it. Roll with straight roll, because it should be disadvantage, but blah blah blah. So, a 19 is going to hit. Okay. Yeah, you do. You basically. Do you want to describe how you're. Are you just like poking him in the shin with the rapier?
Pretty much just jabbing at the ankle.
Okay. He sort of like yells out a little bit. Tries like stamping down in response. In fact, speaking of.
2-weapon fighting.
Oh, okay. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, yeah, that's gonna hit. Okay, damn.
Going at this guy's legs.
Yeah. Oh wow, he's gonna be shorter than a gnome at this rate.
I'm really trying to take him alive, so.
Yeah, shit. Okay.
Can I use my bonus action to get into a much more dignified prone position?
Just give me a straight D20 roll. No, give me another athletics. I mean, that is a straight D20 for you, but yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I am tangled on the damn thing.
Yeah. Just for the
It's just
fun of
like-
it, can you
it's
give
just
me a
like
Oh no!
I guess if we find that main wolf picture shared
Mhm.
a couple of weeks back.
I
Yeah.
have somehow got my horn caught on the leg of the chair.
Yeah, I would say just as a free action. That's oh wow, yeah. You are going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage there, Jurnis.
Oh no!
Try to get up, you
You
wang your head
basically-
on the pew.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah. Okay, next up is the unnamed gentleman. He's just gonna growl at you guys, and he is going to. Now, here's the thing: he's grappled, so he has to actively get Ang off him, doesn't he? Is that correct?
He could attack Ang, but he'll do it with disadvantage.
Yeah, no, he's gonna use his strength. Ang, can you roll me strength, please?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Ang, you are thrown off this guy. He is blooded. He is injured, but he is freaking feral. Let's see. What's he
Full
gonna
on
do?
feral?
Oh gosh, yeah. This guy's a fucking lunatic. And
Like in energy or mannerism? There's a difference.
energy. I'd say energy.
Alright.
Okay. And he is just going to. Right. What's
God.
he going to do? So he's just going to step back here. So that's going to be attacks of opportunity from Curtis. Curtis! I heard that, Curtis.
Yes,
Courtesy
Curtis,
and
my new name.
Skullface. Oh shit, okay.
Opportunity
Jesus.
attack?
Yeah.
Sick. What weapon should I use?
The one you have out.
This is true. I'm gonna go full on flail, because I own that.
Okay.
Ah, I missed.
Yeah.
Womp.
Oh.
Then again, Kitty
Okay.
was just knocked back.
I'm going non-lethal, by the way. I'm not trying to bludgeon him to death.
Okay. Yeah, he basically takes a few lumps and all that. That hurt him pretty badly. His sword is out. He kicks open the door behind him. And let's see now.
That's
Layers,
my
layers.
boss. You can't do that. That's his space. That's
5,
his area.
10, 15,
Oh.
20,
Oh.
Oh dear.
25, 30. And in Dwarven, he's going to yell to a fairly similar looking dwarf. Basically, words to the effect of, "We need to leave." It is Victor's turn. And now that he is wiping the blood from his rapier, that's going to be... He's just going to use a dash action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 15, 20, 20. Okay. And he is out. And let me just... I'll just save... Let me clear that door out. Boom! He just kicks open that door. And you basically see him literally... He just smashes out of that window. Leaving his brother behind.
Brother.
I would say they are very... When you see them side by side, you see the resemblance.
Ang, it's time to chase the mouse again.
Racist.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yep, I actually can. All right. So. 5, 52 there, and I'm using feline agility to double my speed, so...
Oh, wow. Okay.
So 55, 65, 70, 55, 80.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And going to take an unarmed strike,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming that misses.
13. Oh, no. That actually just hits.
All right, and
Noted.
aiming for his head
Okay.
for bludgeoning damage directly to the forehead.
Okay.
Piston, apply directly to the forehead. And then I am going to spend a key point
Mm-hmm.
and use Flurry of Blows to make 2 more unarmed strikes.
Yes. Fuck him up. Yeah, do it.
13.
Okay.
That hits.
Yeah.
Another 5.
-5.
And just gonna roll immediately for that.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm doing non-lethal here.
Okay.
I like we're all specifying every single time, just like non-lethal, non-lethal.
You're
We do not wish to kill this
learning.
man.
You're learning. Good. All right, then. Okay. Anything else?
Nah, that's all I can do. I've dealt out enough fistings for him this round.
Yeah, no, you've done good. Okay, next up, Miss Curliser. I would say,
yeah.
you can't quite see from your position.
I can sort of see the Watchmaster, but like half of him.
Yeah.
The right half of him.
Yeah.
Well, his left, my right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna start heading over, I guess.
Okay.
5. Can I do diagonal here? Or do I still have to make a check?
You can do diagonal, that's fine.
Oh, thank goodness. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I think
30,
Glorth
yep.
was just distracted in the hallway during this.
Say again?
I think Glorth was just distracted in the hallway during this.
Yeah, he's probably like, oh, are we fighting? I unfortunately
That was
don't have
pretty
creatures sheet, so
Ah.
yeah.
All right.
Mechanically, Glorth is like, I'm just here.
He's sitting this one out.
Yeah. Okay, and
I
what do you
have
do?
Her baby's
two weapon
tired
fighting.
after nearly dying earlier on today.
Okay, I'm gonna attack with both of my because I have one like I have the flail, of course, and then I have my where is it? Rapier.
Okay.
Cool. So let's like have that happen, I guess.
Do
I
it.
just realised I was gonna say I was muted when I mentioned it, but
Yeah.
I managed to post in the Discord the image of Jurnis in trying to get to her new refined pose.
Non-lethal, of course.
Yes. Glorious.
I do not wish to kill this man.
Okay. You do not wish to kill him, and in doing so, you fail to hit him twice. It basically
Really?
Yeah. No. 13 is not going to hit him.
Aww.
Yeah. The rapier, the rapier just like glances off his armor. The flail, basically, it just hits his armor dead on, and he just doesn't flinch.
Gracious.
Anything else?
I can't really do anything else. Let's see what I got.
I was going to
here.
say, you're a
Let's
fighter,
make things
yeah?
happen.
You, I think, just like Skullface, you do have an action surge.
Yep.
I
Unless
do
I'm
have an
mistaken.
action surge, if I could find it. Where am I? Yep, there we are. You can take an additional action on your turn. Cool, awesome, yes. Additional action. Gracious, I am bad at looking at things. Okay, let's go for the flail again, I guess.
Sure. Roll it.
Womp.
Oh, hey, there you go. That got him. That's minus 11. Damn.
If you have
Yeah,
multi-attack, you can attack again.
That's level 5.
Oh,
Do
is
I
it?
have multi-attack?
Yeah, that's level 5, I'm afraid. You're
Damn
only
it.
level 4.
Ah.
Basically, those first two hits, he was just like, shrugging them off, and he just sort of looks at you like, really? And while he's distracted doing that, you basically bring the flail up under his chin, and you just scrape off a ton of... Basically, he's missing part of that beard now. You took him by surprise there, and that was a fucking hit.
Mm.
Next.
Yeah, it was.
Up. Mr. Wex.
Okay, Skullface going 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you tell if this guy's looking like he's under control?
How do you mean?
As in, I can leave courtesy to deal with him.
Give me a intelligence check. See what your situational awareness is. A 9. It's like this guy killed 3 guards. He's a freaking lunatic. You've no idea.
You have a ranged
Let's
weapon. Go after the guys running.
Yeah, that's what Skullface is trying. Yeah, Skullface is knows Ang might need his help better. Knows the other guy's just behind him, so he's gonna leap up onto the desk and vault onto the chair.
Athletics check, please.
Why?
That's a spinny chair. So,
Why?
okay. So,
He kind of
Courtesy.
surfs it. He's gonna surf it into the
Courtesy.
wall, isn't he?
yeah, courtesy. You see your co-worker basically leap up onto the desk of your former employer, who has been slumped in the chair, not moving, and
not
basically
good.
Skullface just with a physical force slams the chair up against the wall, and he's just surfing both the chair and the body of your former employer. So this point here. So I'd say you get an extra 5 points of movement just for that. So go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna use dash as well to jump down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's all I can do.
Okay. Next.
That was more badass than I planned it to be.
Oh, incidentally, let's just check. Next up,
Fuck, no. No, I can
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and Graz is going to help take out this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
non-lethally. We need the
let's get rid of
reward.
those legs.
Let's just get rid of those legs.
I
you
love
don't
that.
need
Much
them.
them left.
Yeah, I love the sentiment there. Yeah, that hits. Basically, she gets him on the other side of the thigh, and you see his legs start to buckle a little, but he's still holding his ground against courtesy. He is looking pretty fucking hurt.
Heck
Good.
yeah, my dude.
Anything else guys want to do?
No, I think that's pretty much all she's got. She doesn't have much in the way of spells anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Miss Springsinger.
Half my movement to get up and mentally convince myself that nobody saw that.
Same, honestly.
5,
Don't worry, Aang's gonna buy you a
Yeah.
big mug of ale once you get out of here.
15. This is as far as I can go.
What you need
Okay.
is a fancy hat and a long coat.
True.
She has a long coat.
I do have a long coat, yeah.
Most needs a fancy hat. Then she'll be able to do it.
What spells do I have? I don't have any spells left.
Hey, just remember, even a novice swordsman can beat a master.
What armor is he wearing?
Give me a base. Let's see. He seems to be fairly well dressed. I would say it seems to be a type of studded leather. You also notice over one side he does have a shield.
Okay, is he currently using the shield?
It's on his left arm. The DM literally just scrolled down and noticed he could have parried at any time.
Alright. How about he doesn't have that anymore?
Okay. Okay. That's 8 fire damage.
He
So
also
refresh my memory. How
needs-
does that work?
He takes the fire damage immediately, and then he needs to make a Constitution save to see whether or not he can hold on to the item. If he fails, he throws it to the ground.
Okay. Well, considering the fact that he only had 7 hit points left, would you like to describe what happens to him?
I was not expecting that. I know that I just threw a chunk down. Okay then. As you are watching, his shield suddenly starts glowing red hot. And I'm assuming he starts squealing like a little child.
Yeah, he does, because it's lashed to his arm. And it's just... He's basically slamming his arm against the wall, trying to get it off him. And it's like as he's trying to unbuckle the straps, he just starts going... He just passes the fuck out.
As soon as he passes out, I drop the spell. Bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, outside, Aang is going, smell burning dwarf.
Uh-huh.
I just noticed Ludo's in the corner.
Ludo?
Yeah, that's like the player.
Yes.
Yep.
I
Hi,
assume
can I
that's
step
the-
by?
Is that your version of the player box?
That is, yeah, it basically just the edge of the map is the edge of the world itself.
They're in the
Okay, next up, Victor. What's he gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's not, because I don't really have much room for an actual chase. I would say, because he's got you two here, fuck it, let's make a last stand. He's just gonna basically turn on his heel and oh shit. Okay. Oh kitty. Oh no. 1 second. Yes. Basically, this dwarf, very well dressed, this fine looking leather armor, It's like black, gold inlay and all that. He seems to be fairly pampered, well looked after and everything. And you're kind of caught off guard by the sudden flurry of movement. This curved sword just slashes out as he turns around. The first one, I'm assuming a 10 is not going to hit.
10? No.
Yeah, the first one, you're able to just duck down. The second one, that's going to be a 20, I'm assuming. Does hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the upswing basically hits you for 9 slashing damage.
Hang on. Could I spend key point and do patient defense?
Is that as a reaction?
Don't roll. I don't think so.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can, let's see, immediately after take its action. It says immediately after taking the attack action on your turn.
Okay.
I am sorry about that. So basically, he missed with the first swing. The second one, you take 9 slashing damage. And while you're sort of like taken aback by that, you feel this odd sensation in your chest as this dagger is shoved, into your shoulder, and you take a further 6 piercing damage from a hidden dagger that he had in his wrist.
6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, then. And I think... Let's see, is he even going to bother moving? Don't think there's anything else he can really do there. I'd say he's actually just going to do 5, 10, 15. You'll get a 20, 25, 30. And that's...
Assuming 22 hits? Hang on.
22? Yes, that is actually going to hit him. You basically manage to, just basically catch the back of his head as he is heading, he's skirting around the corner. But other than that, not much damage.
God, this guy's tough.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, then. So next up is your turn, Ang.
So I'm going around the corner. So 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Hello again. And
did you actually say hello again?
No.
Okay, no problem.
All right. So, God damn it.
Yeah. What? Can you roll me some damage with your unarmed strike? You take 5 bludgeoning damage as he kind of ducks, and you slam your hand into the stone wall.
Okay. Give me 141 hit points. Look at that. Okay. So
how many hit points do you have, by the way, Ang?
Currently I have 11. I have 32 total.
Okay. Good to
But
know.
I'm not gonna. I'm either gonna die trying, because I'm not gonna let this bastard get away.
Anything else?
Yeah, I am going to spend another key point and do another flurry of blows.
Okay.
That misses.
I'm afraid that will miss, yeah.
And I'm assuming that misses as well.
I'm afraid so, yeah. You basically, the hand kind of stings a little bit from hitting the wall, and as you're taking a few other shots, he's just like, sliding to the side. He's a slippery fucker. Must be the hair oil. In the meantime, Miss Courtesy, the guy that you were fighting, basically, you just see like the shield has erupted into, basically it was just like heated up. He was screaming. He just knocked himself out pretty much. So what are you going to do now?
He's not dead though, right?
Make a medicine check.
Awesome. I wonder how I am at that. Let's check it out. Not fantastic. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's breathing pretty heavily, but yeah, he's knocked out cold. He doesn't look like he's getting up anytime soon.
Cool. I'm gonna tie that sucker up.
Okay, you're using your action to tie him up, yeah?
Yep. And then I should probably go check on the Watchmaster. Probably.
I would say you spend your action tying him. You can use some movement to get over there, but that would be it.
Yeah, okay, I'll get over there and then I'll... Yeah, so he's all tied up and stuff?
Yeah, let me just...
Boink.
Let's say... Boop, he's tied.
Awesome. So I'm gonna check on the Watchmaster, but I guess I'll have to do that my next turn, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Next up, Mr. Wex. The target has gone around the corner.
Makes his way to there with all of his movement. Pulls out Hazel as a bonus action and aims for Grey's leg.
Would you like to describe Hazel, by the way? Was this the gun you picked up from your mother's? Yeah,
this is Skullface's very first gun he ever made. Made it from bits of scrap. It's not as reliable as Letitia because it's his very first gun, but this is the one he loaded with those special dum-dum rounds he got from Margo.
Okay.
So he's going to take aim. Oh, and he's aiming for Grey's knee.
Okay.
And does...
Oh, fuck me.
That
Okay, those are numbers.
Yeah, we're
let me do
totally
some
gonna
math.
call our group the knee breakers or something.
I bet man, he's stood guns akimbo like bloody Alucard at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
Arrow in the knee.
That made a mark. You basically, yeah, you seem
Non-lethal,
to
I should say. He's-
Okay.
I'm trying to bring him in alive, so...
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I would just say for flavor, you actually kind of miss the knee. Because of the height difference between Ang and Victor. You know that scene from RoboCop where the woman is being held?
Oh, yeah.
You all know what
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, you just see Victor's eyes cross for a second. It's just like, I need a fucker.
That is a message from Grimscar.
Okay. He does not look happy. Graz, it is your turn. What does Graz want to do?
Seeing that this guy has now been tied up, she's going to attempt to locate the rest of the party. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I assume this window is broken open. She can see that.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
25, 30. And she's going to see Skullface and sprint to catch up. So 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. Miss Springsinger?
Practically I'll do the same. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. Next up, Victor. Ang, just for the fun of it, give me a... I would say give me a... Would this be perception or insight? Yeah, that's just an insight check, please, on Victor.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You just see this look in his eyes as they look with yours. There's kind of a finality there. You can see there's like he doesn't see a way out of this, and he is okay with that.
Oh, bugger.
First, as before, the first slash of the scimitar misses. However, the upswing again, he feints to the side and he catches you with, I'm assuming, a 23. You take 5 slashing damage. And the formerly hidden dagger, he basically flips it to a reverse grip and he tries to jab down into your neck. Fortunately, you're able to just bat it away with your hand. He only had a 10 on that attack. I'm assuming 10 misses?
Yeah.
So yeah, you only take 5 slashing damage for that one. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else he can do there. Yeah, he actually looks really frustrated at that. Oh yeah, he's not moving. He's just staring you guys down. Ready.
All right.
I want to be cheeky asking for something I can do for flavour when it's my turn, but...
Oh, you know me, I love me some flavour, mate, so sure.
Okay, I'll whisper it to you what we're going to do.
Okay. Next up, Ang. You're still alive, I assume?
Yeah, still alive.
Okay. Your turn.
All right. Going to make an unarmed strike.
13 will just hit.
4 bludgeoning.
Okay. That's okay.
Is he knocked out?
He is definitely not knocked out. He's just like, basically, it's like you're punching. You basically punch him, but it's just like the eyes just stay locked with yours.
Sorry, I
He's
missed that. Is he knocked out?
He is not knocked out. You basically hit him, and it's just like the eye. He's just not flinching. Sure, Seth.
All right. So,
Okay.
spend my last key point. Do another flurry of blows.
Okay.
And 1.
That hits.
7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Knocked out.
Nope. That misses. I'd say it's like basically you hit with the first 2. The third one, he just catches your hand and holds it there, and he's just staring at you.
All right. And let me, if I have this right. Okay, so I can't do that. So, can I just do a little bit of flavor here?
Sure.
As my second, as he like grabs my second attack, flurry of blows. We still locked eyes. I'm just gonna say, dead or alive, you're coming with us.
Okay.
Also, so we've got plenty of movie references coming.
Yeah. It's just in Dwarven says, I'm going nowhere.
And that's it.
Okay, Miss Courtesy, it is your turn.
Yay, let's check on the Watchmaster here.
I love how multiple people just walked right past him.
Immediate
Oh,
threat
I mean,
has to be dealt with.
He's dead. What can we
on.
do?
Yeah.
He was out.
Check.
Yeah, it's not like I've been rolling death saving throws each round. But yeah,
Like he's dead then.
give me a medicine check, Miss Courtesy, with
Oh.
well,
With what?
never mind.
What? No.
I was gonna say with disadvantage, but I don't think we need that. Give me a. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I've got an idea. Give me a D100, please.
No.
Give me.
No.
Okay.
My second one.
Okay.
Barely been an hour.
You basically okay. As you are trying to check him and everything, you think there's like the faintest pulse and everything, but as you're trying to remove part of the clothing, you realize you've accidentally opened up this wound. There
Go
is
me.
blood everywhere, and
Yep.
he is not moving. And I would
Heck.
say at this point, his secretary cowering around the corner, just like,
Yeah.
oh my god!
Yeah, I need
And,
her to help me.
Yeah. Yeah. The image is you're basically just leaning over him, your hands are covered in his blood, and she's just backing away from you. Is there anything else you're doing?
Okay, actions of free speech. I'm in America. I don't know where you guys are. Okay.
Voarcel, we'll go on.
To be fair, the secretary probably would have realised we're on her side at this point.
Has she seen me around?
Yeah.
I know her name, right? Do I know her name?
Give me a history check.
Awesome. I'm not good at history. Okay, cool.
Okay, you tell me what her name is.
Anna. Sorry,
Anna.
my brain stopped and I went to work.
Here's the thing, I was thinking Agatha as well, so there you go, Anna.
Her
Anna
middle name
just
would be
looks
Agatha.
Anna Agatha Smythe. But yeah, she's looking a little bit freaked out at the moment. What do you
Did
say
you say
to
her
her?
last name's DeSmythe?
Why not?
All right.
Actually, no.
Bloody hell.
We'll cancel that because that's somebody else's name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is it then? Because
just
courtesy is
Anna.
polite.
Anna Agatha. Agatha's a second name.
All right, Miss Agatha, if you could assist me in helping out the Watchmaster here.
She just looks at the blood, and by the way, it's like a major arterial vein. There's a lot of blood there from that little body, and she's like, I don't know if there's much point, but yeah, sure.
We can
And
try.
You don't have a potion, do you?
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Wait, don't I have a healing potion from that one mission we went on and we took some and I didn't use it?
Yes, I think you do. So I
Can I
use
use-
it on.
I just need her to hold pressure on the wounds while I do that, just in case, I guess.
You can try.
Yeah. So, persuasion then is what you said?
Yeah, persuasion to get her to help you.
Why?
She does not look comfortable. That's a lot of blood.
This is her literal boss.
Yeah, and he was an asshole. Meanwhile, Skullface.
Oh my gosh.
Right, I'm gonna roll the attacks because I'm gonna try and aim for both his knees with a gun each.
Okay.
So I'll roll those first, and I'll describe exactly what he does. So, Letitia first.
That's
Does
a
that
hit. A 20
Hit, and
hits, yeah.
that's 15 damage, and then Hazel on the other knee,
Okay. Sure.
18.
Okay.
Right, and that's 16 damage. Have you seen the film Boondock Saints?
I'm afraid I have not.
Right, I'm going to put something in the chat as I'm going to explain this as Skullface puts a cigar in his mouth, takes aim with both his guns, and fires. And it looks a bit like what I've just put in the chat.
Okay. Oh, nice. I like it.
See
I
that
like it. He
I Bloody
basically.
love that film.
Yeah, I have to watch that at some point. I've heard a lot of things. But yeah, basically the first knee buckles, then the second, and you just like, he just spits blood at you, Ang, as
And
he...
again, I am aiming for his knees, so it's non-lethal damage.
Okay, that's fine. And for whatever reason, Roll20 won't let me actually select the icon, but there you go. Boop. And he is out. Which
Woo.
I do believe means the end of combat.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Do I see Kitty is all beat up?
Kitty is very beat up. He's covered in blood and puncture marks, slashes.
Skullface just
Pet the
puts
kitty.
Skullface just puts his guns away, lights a cigar, and then goes back to the Watchmaster.
Okay.
Does anyone have any rope?
How's it going?
I think I got some somewhere. Graz helps out and helps tie up Victor. So Skullface, as you come in, you basically see Courtesy is like almost elbow deep, covered in the blood of this your employer. His secretary is kind of in the corner, looking a little freaked out, not wanting to help. Just give me a basic medicine check with advantage.
Okay, medicine check with advantage.
Can I do this too?
1 second.
You're more than sure.
It's 19 from me.
15 from me.
He is dead.
Oh.
Courtesy, I think you're wasting your time here. He's dead.
It appears so. And I get up and I just kind of like swish my, you know that thing where you kind of like your hands are wet after you washed your hands, you just kind of whoosh to get all the extra water droplets off.
Give me a D100, please.
Don't
Why?
freak out the receptionist.
I'm just getting straight up average numbers.
I would say you get a little bit on her, and she's just like, "Oh fuck! Excuse me! Oh fuck! She is out, and she is going to try and find some help and a towel.
Oh, for God's sake, stop flicking that stuff everywhere.
Well, the dress is already ruined. So, and I just start wiping my hands off on like the bigger folds of the dress, and it's like I was gonna wear this to a tea date I had.
As you do this, you see the bloodstains slowly disappear. As Jurnis is cleaning you up with prestidigitation.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I was gonna wear this dress to a tea date.
That is a lovely dress, dear.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say while all this is going on, Aang's outside just kind of bandaging up the wounds of Victor so he stays alive.
Okay, yeah. Give me a basic medicine check if you would.
This 10, and I kill him.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So that's 2 attempted murderers, the assassination of a city official, and I'll probably say treason on top.
Oh, you just hear Aang from outside. This is gonna be an even bigger payday.
You're telling me, Yang.
Okay. Anything else you guys are doing in the next few seconds?
Skullface is just smoking. So
I am double checking that this guy is A, still alive, and B, tightly bound.
Medicine check, please.
Medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, still breathing. Badly hurt and everything, but seems stabilized. You hear from the other room a go, "Oh, hi guys, how you doing? Oh no, I don't need that right now. Oh, okay, bye." Just for flavour, basically a small squad of guards, step into the room, weapons drawn, just looking at the scene around them. In leading them is this halfling woman in similar armor to the guards, but it is said black with a purple trim. She has a deep purple cloak. Steps forward, removes the helmet.
Man, I wish they hadn't shown up. I was gonna search through his desk for info on my stuff just in case he withheld for anything.
Unfortunately, you did not declare that.
I know, I'm just saying. I was about to, and then they walked in, and I was like, now I can't without looking super suspicious, so...
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say the blood's been removed, yeah? with prestidigitation?
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
That's okay.
Thanks, Jurnis.
But yeah, this guard takes a helmet off. You see this shaven-haired halfling woman, large curved scar, pretty much down the middle of her face, burn marks, slightly curled lip on one side, and she coldly looks over this group. And what exactly has happened here?
Well, it seems that the Grey brothers resisted arrest.
She sort of like peers over the desk at the corpse of the Watchmaster. If you would please wait here. And she steps out.
Skullface just kind of pokes his head back out the window and goes, Ang, bring that rat in here.
I was going to say at this point, Ang, it's like a large number of guards, because technically you guys are outside the... Yeah, basically a lot of guards. So...
Yeah, Skullface just sees the guards and goes, never mind.
So...
Gents, got you a murderer right here.
Oh, he's not just a murderer, he's a little traitor, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He pats his ass as he carries him over to the guards and just kind of thumps him down in their arms.
Should I be in a different room?
Bear with me just one moment. We're just going to do a little scene transition.
Oh.
And apologies, Miss Courtesy, because we have a new token for you. Boop, boop, boop. So.
What? I just need who's in that room.
Yeah, we'll get there in a moment. So, a little time passes, and you are herded into a small waiting chamber. Jurnis, Glorth, you would both recognize this room. This is where you were waiting back when you first entered this building, when you first had your little informal interview in the Black Keep. Eventually, let me just get her here. One moment. Let me just boop her in there. Boop. The halfling in the black armor steps forward and says, "We'll be ready for you in a moment. Try not to go anywhere." And
I suppose they want me to come in without my mask on.
Do you say that to her as she's leaving?
Yeah.
I think that would be best, Mr. Greenstride. She just steps in.
Yeah, Skullface just he's got rid of the cigar in the time that they've taken to get there. He just takes the mask and the hat off.
Okay. So, before you guys head in, is there anything you want to discuss? Speaking of, by the way, if you'll bear with me one moment, the DM needs to make a quick bathroom break.
I just spotted who is in that chamber, and I'm really hoping they're not part of the plenum.
Well,
Please
there was something. Yeah, there was something I was going to bring up to you, Steffi, before we started, but I thought, no, where's that? Be right back.
Oh dear God.
No. So then, how many friends did this grey man have around this place?
I have no idea. I hadn't even heard of him until this week.
And
How are you, Kirsty?
Margo's definitely going to back us up.
Oh yeah, Margo will back us up to the hilt, but I mean, we've got friends in high places anyway. With your guy you came in with, that K fella.
True. Don't know if I trust him though.
No.
Okay. So, everybody back? Everybody ready to proceed?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nip off. Oh, you're still here. All right.
Can't be.
Yes. Okay. So, after a moment or two, the main doors open up. Let me just move that out of the way. Boop. And you are pointed to enter the main plenum chamber.
Skullface just strides in
Okay.
at center.
Cursey glides in.
Skullface
bat.
looks around, notices someone front row, and immediately he's just I was gonna say he tries to hide it, but he's freaking out a little at someone in the room.
Would you like to explain who you are freaking out at?
He's seen someone he has heard is completely insane sat in the front row.
Right. Bear with us just one moment. Oh, there we are. There. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So yeah. I'm assuming you're referring to Arcanis.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
He's
worries,
just
Jurnis.
mutter his breath. That crazy thinking.
Hmm.
He says he's going to try and stealth that. He
Yeah.
goes, he goes, oh my god, we let that crazy woman in.
Okay. So this is going to be interesting because, yeah, you've got multiple characters in here. I would say Skullface and Courtesy may not be aware of this, but Arcanis, you are absolutely aware that you have every right to be in here. You have been a member of this city for well over 400 years. And while you don't have a large seat on the council, you actually have been a member of it for the better part of, what, nearly 100?
Oh, this is going to be funny.
Yes, it is. Also, I would like everybody to give me a basic perception check.
Yeah, Skullface is just freaking out at Icanis lunatic being there.
Okay, yeah, 14. Yeah, basically you're just there. With a 12, yeah, I would say you notice over here. Whoops, I actually selected it.
Wait, are we all doing perception?
You may if you wish to
Heck yeah.
see if you recognize
I
anybody
just did
here.
persuasion. Ignore that. Okay.
Not a
Way
problem.
out of this one.
Why?
Perception. Okay. There's a lot of people in here, Curtis. There's
I'll just stand there coldly.
So, because this is a bit of a scene. As you're looking around, there's a bunch of people you do not know. Various dwarves, gnomes, a couple of elves. Various individuals that seem to be in various robes. You get the feeling that this is not a full meeting. of the plenum by any stretch, but there are a few members here. You also do notice, like over here on the side, 3 members of the various congregations from the outreach in Renville. You recognize Sister Nardoon and the Tabaxi, Sister Namika, who you briefly chatted to. Looking around, Courtesy. Actually, yeah, Courtesy wouldn't recognize her because low perception there. But yeah, Skullface has obviously caught the eye of Arcanis. You also, I think, pretty much everybody who spent any time living in the plenum, in the city, would recognize in the main seat the spectral, ghostly dwarven form of Mayor Varnon, who has technically been the mayor of the city for the past nearly 400 years. Next to him,
He must be doing well.
He's doing very well. Next to him, you recognize Jurnis, Professor Cleus, from the the Bard's Guild, the owner of the tavern. I'd say also you notice to the side over here is Keith, the bartender, and one of her assistants. And in the corner, you would be surprised to notice Jasper, and next to him, a certain blue tiefling by the name of Kay Tregdoran.
Oh, good.
Yes. So, this individual in front of you guys is busy in the middle of a speech to the various members of the plenum. And as I have said, this unwarranted attack against, the citizens of Enville. Also, let's just get Graz and Gloth in there. So, boop, boop, boop. And we'll just close that door there. So many layers, so many things. This is going to be a biggie. One moment. Let me move you. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Anyway. And yes, as I have been saying, these individuals have been responsible for the deaths of citizens of our city. This entire rider situation has just been blown all out of proportion by these troublemakers, and I intend to prove that this entire fiasco has been nothing more than the stirrings of goblin agitators. And as he says that, he points pretty much right at you, Skullface.
Does Skullface recognize him?
Give me a history check. I'd say with advantage, given this dude.
Okay. All right, 1 second. History.
Hard to say. It's a halfling dude. He seems to be really well dressed in various shades of gold and orange, but other than that, you're not entirely sure. It seems to be some kind of politician.
Skullface is just staying silent at the moment, just glaring at it.
Okay. You hear Mayor Varnum give this breathy sigh. Elias, if you could keep to the facts. Of course, my Lord Mayor. So, first of all, we have here Wex Greenstride, a former member of a somewhat suspicious group, the Fermenter Cartel. His entire family came into this town illegally several months ago. And you would And let me put it this way. Where is the speech that he had prepared? I would say this, to paraphrase, over the next 10 minutes, you hear him go through each of the people in the group. First of all, Skullface, he mentions the fact that your family illegally came into the upper city, and your various involvements with the Fermenter cartel. Then he goes to Miss Courtesy. He starts going in depth about the Fabriders, a rather shady bunch of tieflings. You know, people who, over the past 100 years or so, have bought out various properties in and around the city, and whose various business connections are dubious to say the least. He then flips through some notes, and he then points out, Ang, a newcomer to the city who had in the past had some dealings with. I apologize about this because my DM notes have gone missing. Ang, what was the name of the criminal that you were busy dealing with? You mentioned in your backstory there was this this mob boss who was causing some major issues for you.
Hold on. Can I transfer that to this? Hang on.
Ungdar. Okay, yeah. And he then says, and our most recent hires, Miss Springsinger, Neath, and Glorth, individuals who were apparently involved in the suspicious attack upon Hacksmith. All of these individuals were closely tied to various sorry, I'm just reading something. Okay. So he basically paints you guys as very suspicious individuals, and he also points to Jurnis, Glorth, and Graz as being involved in the attack on Hacksmith. And are we supposed to believe that people of this background were not secretly hired by goblin agitators to wipe out members of our community? He starts reading down a list of names, and after a minute you realize these are the names of the people that you guys have killed. The various members of the Riders, the various people who were rioting over the past few days. He basically goes down an itemized list of all the stuff that you guys have been doing. Basically, over the past... Let's see now. Over the past few days, you guys have gone through a large chunk of people. And now, my informants tell me that they have left a large explosive device unattended in the middle of Grimscar, handing it over to their goblin paymasters. I ask you, are these the sort of people that we can trust? And now that our former Watchmaster has been murdered under their dubious care, I ask that they face the punishment of this council.
Iconist clears her throat. And she stands up. Elias. And she's just going to wait for a second to let it sink in that she's using a real voice at this point.
Okay.
I believe that Mr. Greenstride is already serving a punishment for his family's. This city is a condition of his base.
I am so sorry, Sephi, you're kind of cutting out a bit there.
Sorry. I believe that Mr. Greenstride is already being punished for his family's transgression into this city by working for my department.
He looks a little taken aback for a moment, sort of glances around the rest of the council, and then just, goes back into his spiel. Well, clearly, he feels that he...
At this point, she raises another finger. She goes, and I believe the incident in the marketplace yesterday, I believe, in which Mr. Greenstride, his compatriots were jumped by rider infiltrators. Did that not happen?
One point of order in terms of the dates. Basically, we're looking at this is like the 5th day since the group have joined. So the attack that you're talking about, where they were jumped inside the city, the first one, that would be, I would say that was the 2nd day.
Second day. So she says,
when
Skullface
and first show up, but yeah, that was like day number 2.
So that would have been 3 days ago.
Yeah, let me just
listened in the market 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
And I believe there was an incident at the mission, but roughly the day after that. She just looks over to double check the day.
What was it you said? Sorry, the 3rd day. The rioters happened the day after. Yeah.
I believe the incident where in the mission, where they arrested the priest, happened a few days ago. Again, provoked by the riders, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is correct. We tried to speak with the adversary clergy, and they also attacked them.
At this point, Canis just looks to Hilda, wasn't it? Helga?
Helga, yeah. Helga steps up.
Helga to confirm.
Yeah. Aye, that's correct. They went to our temple seeking answers, and they were helping, I believe, one of the wardens by the name of Reap. At that point, you see Elias sort of like scowl at, that. Aye, a friend of mine. Anyway, they came to our temple looking for, help with one of our missing sisters. Nardoon steps up at that point. Aye, that's correct. What was it that Arcanis was trying to confirm there as well?
She was basically trying to convey that the riders had been basically attacked unprovoked.
Mm-hmm. It was at this point that my sisters and I were called in to deal with Skutgar and his friends. If it weren't for this lot, some of my friends would be dead. At this, Elias sort of glares at her. Oh, we'll see about that. Bring in the next witness. And at this point, this door here opens, and Skutgar is led in. So he is going to come over here. So there's going to be like one guard here. Would you mind explaining who you are to the court? Aye. Father Skutgar, the Asepsis. He's looking around the room, and then it's just like, you notice his eyes just lock with the spectral form of the mayor, and he's just like, look of horror and disgust. Not noticing this, Elias carries on. And now, can you tell me? Can you please explain to the rest of the court? At this point, Scott Gar's just like, "What the hell is with this place?" Fathers, can we just focus, as we discussed? Let's see, wisdom saving throw. Okay. He kind of just sort of catches himself a bit. Scotgar looks very on edge, and it's like you see him looking around. It's like he notices another ghost over here. And it's just like, oh, so I was busy with a sermon when they came in. He points over to Helga's lot, and they started attacking my congregation. So I and some of my flock tried to defend ourselves. Then this lot, he points to the group, came in and basically beat the ever-loving shit out of us.
Yes, well, if I do recall, your sermonry did include beating and killing the, what was it, undesirables?
Icarus just looks to the other people from the mission. Just, would you care to elaborate for us, please, ladies?
Well, we can do that. As I said, we were told that he was helping to harbor some members of the Riders. We and might have been involved in the disappearance of one of our sisters. So we went to have a little conversation with him. Then his friends turned violent. At this point, Stuttgart kind of looks a little bit wary, and he's like, they attacked first, that's true. I had no idea what was going on in regards to these riders or whatever. I just thought that they were people who were... They were just parishioners of mine. I was just trying to protect my flock. They were the ones who attacked first. Let's see, deception check. Deception. Yeah. So he's basically pointing to Helga and saying, yeah, I mean, they came in and they started, throwing fists and everything, but admittedly, yeah, his flock were the ones who are actually trying to carve people up. Elias does not look happy at this.
I see, Father. Icarus kind of stands up. She stood up, but she kind of steps forward and starts striding side to side.
Mm-hmm.
So, Father, am I correct in believing that you were unaware that members of the Renville Riders had infiltrated your congregation?
Look, here's the thing. Our temple was in Renville, and we opened our doors to all who wanted to hear. As far as we were concerned, the Riders were just another group. They were...
So you deny attempting to instigate a fray?
You can see he's trying to think very carefully of how to respond.
And also... Oh wait, no, never mind. It's a question for Elias. I shall wait to ask that.
Basically, he's thinking to himself for a minute, and then he says, my faith is about life, about the preservation of life, and the removal of... You see him sort of like side glare in the direction of the mayor. The undead. I know I'm not welcome in this city.
Yes, the undead enjoy equal rights within this city.
You just see this. He's just glaring straight at you.
Iconus just glares straight back.
My faith is about life. I do not condone murder. I had nothing to do with the death of that woman.
Nobody mentioned a death.
Precisely. And nobody mentioned Elias, the size of the explosive device in question. I've been led to believe it was quite a significant one.
One point of order for the DM. I would say that over the course, let's just say he said missing. No, I'm not in. I don't share the faith of any of those people. I think Ilmarta's a joke. I have no respect for thugs pretending to use religion as an excuse to attack other people. He just points straight at Helga, and yes, you guys are probably going to snicker at the hypocrisy coming from his mouth there.
Skullface, especially considering what he said in regards to Stuttgart.
Yeah. The riders were people who were willing to listen.
Yes.
But I do not condone any attack against the living. The dead
Really?
are
Because
my
I'm pretty
enemy.
sure you told them to run me through.
He just sort of glares at you.
Iconus just looks towards Helga.
And that
Tell
was
me,
when I stepped
what
into the
is-
room, not even before we did anything to defend ourselves.
Sister Helga, may I ask what Father Skullcard said in regard to tieflings? I presume he said something in front of you.
She sort of like thinks to herself for a moment. Well, I can tell you this, he doesn't really care for anybody who's, what was it, my dear? Oh, yeah, healthborn, tainted, touched by devils. You notice as well, this guy here, a fairly elderly-looking tiefling with huge curved black arms, just sort of like, basically just, lounging in his seat, sort of chuckles a little at that, staring at Skullcard.
You would notice that Jurnis flinched at each of those words as well.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not hear anything you said. You cut out for like a good 6 to 7 seconds for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
how dare you.
Basically, Skullgar. All right, okay. Helga basically is explaining that Skullgar has been referring to tieflings as, vile, hell-touched, hellspawn. That
I was
is
going to say, did Iconus with a 10, did she notice Jurnis' discomfort?
I would say was Arcanus looking directly at Jurnis as this was going on? Or was she looking
probably
at...
not.
Well, then,
No,
I'm
she
afraid
was
not.
probably not. No.
Yeah.
So she was more looking at Skullgart.
Yeah. Well, Skullgar just, glares at pretty much the entire room at this. Do I think the tieflings are hell-touched scum? Yes. Does that mean I condone violence and death against them? No.
Again, Iconus just looks to the three sisters, since they were all witnesses.
Yeah, Namika especially, she's just glaring daggers at Skullgar. Well, I know I know that your followers feel different. Even as I'm walking to work every day, I get stones thrown at me, calling me a mangy cat. He just looks uncomfortable. That's not something that I condone.
Well, you don't exactly discourage it either.
He just glares around at the group. I've got nothing further to say to this lot. At which point, the mayor stands up a little and glides forward. Elias, what exactly is the purpose of this? You called us here to present evidence of crimes. Yet so far all you've shown me is that this individual was unwittingly harboring criminals, and that they were the ones to bring him in. Elias looks very unhappy, and he just sort of like, you see him go over to Stuttgart, and the two of them exchanging a few heated words. Does anyone want to make a perception check? Actually, just for the fun of it, Kay, since you are just about close enough, and yeah, Jurnis as well.
Second.
Yeah.
I kind of suppose as well, given her hearing. Where's Kay's sheet?
Yeah, I would say Kay and
So-
Jurnis with disadvantage. Oh, Jurnis! Wow. Okay. Damn.
Wait 1 second. Okay, disadvantage on Kay's perception. So that was
Okay.
19 for Kay, and Iconis was her perception 10.
Yeah. Okay then. I'd say that, ironically enough, both the tieflings are going to hear words to the effect of, I thought you said that they started all this. Well, I'm not gonna lie for you, you little weasel. And
Kay
you
just
just
kind of. Kay just kind of gives Jasper a look as if, should I say anything?
while this has been going on, I'd say that Jasper just like watching the exchange closely, and he just like gives you a little shake of the head. Not right now. Not right now, dear boy.
Kay
Let's
just
just
nods and keeps quiet.
Jurnis is going to mumble to the rest of the group. That little one's got it out for us. He's trying to throw us under the bus. I think he's hiding something.
Yeah, well,
What's a
I'm just
bus?
happy with Mom.
The minecart, dear. Under the minecart.
Oh,
To
okay.
be honest with you, I'd be a bit,
Under the
bit
carrot.
happy with, to be honest with you, I'd be a bit happier if Margo was there. Technically speaking,
Yeah.
anything Grimscar involves her directly, so...
Where is Margo?
Yeah. Just give me a basic perception check.
On Skullface.
I would say Skullface or Jurnis or anybody else.
We're
Yeah.
doing perception?
20
Oh,
for
damn.
Skullface.
Dang.
Jurnis, you see Jurnis. For a
Yes, they're natural.
For a city that celebrates itself on diversity, you kind of notice that aside from people that you assume have been called here directly, not only are there no goblins in this room, there don't seem to be any Veril either. Warden Reap and Dorrit, for example, are conspicuous by their absence. This does not appear to be a full meeting. Rather, people that have been cherry-picked.
If I may, it seems that someone who commissioned our aid is not here.
Who are you
Reap.
speaking to?
I'm just saying it aloud to the council chamber. It seems there's someone who could vouch for our activities, and, of course, the mission we were requested to go down into the Grimscar.
You, you would notice that Elias looks a little bit frustrated. What I know is not like part of this investigation. And before he can finish the sentence, Varnum actually says, "And why exactly is that?" Let's see how good you are. Ha! That was in that one. He just You just see this little, you just see this halfling dude just start to look around really frustrated, just like, basically he just like shoves Gar away towards the guards. Like, Jesus. Yes, well, if you wish, we can have him brought here, my lord. Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Yes, and since I believe Margo is responsible for Grimscar, I think we should get her as well.
This is an investigation into goblin corruption. You want to bring a goblin in? He just sort of stops himself as he just looks around the group.
It doesn't seem a very fair representation when the only goblins are currently in a pit with no one to defend them.
I would say you guys don't even need a perception check to see that from the beginning, this entire meeting, most of the people here either looked bored, confused, or a little bit skeptical. Now pretty much everybody is staring at this little orange dude. And yeah, whatever case he thought he had is pretty much falling apart. And he's
Get in
just
the
like,
water!
yeah, pretty much. So he just like, of course, yes, if that is your will. And I would say over the next minute or so, you, let's see, who is going to, yeah. So first of all, as this is happening, the doors do erupt open on this side here. And you see Margo step in with a few of her assistants. The hobgoblin woman next to her and two of her small assistants. I'm sorry. Did somebody have a meeting without us? I've been looking around for everybody for the past half hour, and suddenly I find this. You see Varnum looking a little, my apologies, my dear. Elias was explaining to everybody how, well, he actually points to this group here. Would you please explain to us exactly what's been going on?
Oh, you want us to explain them?
Yeah. Because otherwise the DM is just using 5 different voices to do a cutscene.
Skullface steps forward, clears his throat. Lord Mayor, myself and my companions were directed to travel into Grimscar to investigate the identity of Devane, the leader of the Renville Riders. Whilst there, we discovered, as has already been mentioned, the Riders had positioned a large explosive device, which we disarmed and disabled. The device itself was too large to remove, but it is currently unusable.
At that point, Margo actually reaches into her pocket and pulls out the firing mechanism that you handed to her. Case in point. And she shoves it into Elias's hands.
Margo, I would recommend you hold on to that.
And that's actually a good point. And she is going to try to take it back from Elias. What is it?
Elias, let Margo have the army device back.
I guess
he's kind of just staring daggers at him.
Yeah. He is just furious. You see him hand it over just like gritted teeth. Of course. Whatever you say, Councillor.
Now then, Mr. Greenstride, please elaborate. Well, Councillor, he kind of stammers a little saying that Icanis, because he's so used to being just this ditzy lunatic. He says, as I said, we apprehended a senior member of the Riders, whose identity I'm sure will be revealed to the court in time.
Mm-hmm.
After handing her over to Margo for processing, we heard the disturbance in the Watchmaster's room, went to investigate, and found.
At that point, Elias all but leaps forward. So instead of taking her to the proper channels, you took her straight to your leader. He is looking desperate.
Yes, a member of authority within the city. Of course, we took our prisoner to a member of authority within the city who commissioned us to find them. Who
Give
else
me
would we report back to?
Give me a persuasion with advantage, please, Jurnis. Okay. Elias looks a little flustered. Well, you were supposed to take him to the Watchmaster. He's the head of this entire warden militia that you are a part of.
Canis kind of just clears her throat again. And I believe I myself apprehended a senior member of the Riders' leadership not a few days ago.
That particular matter is not in question, Councillor.
It does, however, seem related.
The entire point of this is to find out whether or not this, and he's finding it very difficult to say this when Margo is literally standing next to him, very calmly just staring at him, whether or not this was instigated by, he sort of like shiftily looks at her, as yet unnamed goblin agitators.
Canis just shakes her head. Elias, I've been in this city for 400 years, and I haven't heard such rubbish in all that time.
If I may, I have only been in the city a short time, and the goblins have been nothing but pleasant to me. The only issues I have had is with the Riders. The goblins seem to be the only people suffering at the hands of those extremists.
At this point, Skullface interjects and says, and I do believe that one of the Riders, a Mr. Foreign,
Which one was this?
Granddad.
Yes, yeah. There we go.
Foden, I believe his name was, gave us the information directly as to the identity of the Rider leadership in exchange for his granddaughter's safe passage out of his city.
Point of order. He was actually trying to. Technically, she's arrested, but she's being transferred to a place where it might be easier for her to escape. So I would have you make an intelligence check to make sure you catch yourself before saying something that is kind of going to implicate you.
Right, what was it you needed me to check?
Intelligence.
Moved to more comfortable accommodations.
Of course, as that was not feasible, we instead arranged for granddaughter to move to more safe holdings.
You do see there's a little hint of suspicion and a bit more conversation going on.
But he does say, after all, his granddaughter was attacked whilst in the city's dungeons, when she should have been under protection.
You make a good point. However, Elias mentioned as well your, shall we say, connection with a Matthias of the skin breakers? He looks over to Margo and then to the group. And this Matthias now possesses a explosive device. Can you elaborate this for us?
Yes, Lord Mayor. I can confirm that the explosive device is in Elias's possession. However, it has no arming mechanism. It's basically just a very elaborate paperweight at this point.
At this point, Margo steps
Of course.
forward. Oh, after you. Sorry.
Of course, he still possesses the explosive material, but the actual device itself is completely harmless.
At this point, Margo will step forward. Also, Lord Mayor, I have been speaking with Matthias about this, and as a sign of good faith, he has agreed to transport the material back under guard to the supervision of the plenum. She just glares daggers at Elias as she's saying that. Well, this does not excuse, however, the attack that took place on the day of Prox Day, basically the third day when you guys were dealing with the rioters. These individuals were burned. The devastation of these citizens, not terrorists, but just regular citizens at the hands of these individuals. That cannot be ignored.
If I may,
Agnes,
these people
Agnes-
were throwing firebombs into homes and businesses. We tried to disperse the crowd and they turned on us. One of them dropped one of his firebombs and set himself and his companions ablaze.
Give me persuasion advantage, please, Jurnis.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get to Arcanis.
One of their
Oh, my
duties
God.
is to assist in maintaining public order, including dealing with riots.
Okay. You see Elias again looking very uncomfortable.
We did try to disperse it peacefully. They refused, they attacked, we defended ourselves, and then they hurt themselves.
Quick question for the player. Did you guys actually try to disperse the crowd peacefully?
Yeah, Jurnis
We
used
did.
thaumaturgy to
Yeah.
tell them to basically
You
back off.
did. Yes, you did. Okay.
Agnes also pipes up and says, and I do believe these rioters were severely inebriated. Were they not?
I believe
Yes.
so, yes. We did
So
try
they
to
were
save
likely-
a few, without hurting them too severely, and he did confess that a member of the riders whipped up the crowd after the arrest of Stuttgart. I'm just gonna glare up at him when he says that.
He just glares back at you. I give you a quick history check just for the fun of it.
History? Okay.
Yeah, Jurnis, history.
Mystery is a mystery.
You remember that the name that was given from that particular person was Devon. So it was Victor himself who was using his alias to whip up that crowd.
Okay. In fact, I believe the witness stated that a gentleman by the name of Devon, who we know to be leader of the riders, was the one to whip up the frenzy. I believe one of your guards was beside me when I interrogated this gentleman. I'm gonna make a show of looking around to see if I recognize any of the guards.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Mm,
Nope. Failed.
Yeah, most of them are in armor. Yeah, with a 9, no, I'm afraid not.
In fact, that man
But-
might still be in your dungeons.
Endledge, sorry, not Endledge, Mayor Varnon looks to Elias. Well, actually, he's going to just ignore him, and he's going to turn to this one here. This is the woman in black armor, the halfling, and she's going to step forward. I can have the records checked. This would usually be something under the Watchmaster's purview, but since he is no longer with us, it might take a little bit of time to go through his notes. And she takes a step back. And Varnon just looks over to Elias. Well, I think I've heard everything I need to hear. He looks to the rest. I would say as well, you've noticed during this, Cleus has been keeping fairly quiet. She's not been saying too much, but the rest of them just seem to mutter and confer among themselves for a second before the mayor, literally, he just sort of glides forward. Well, thank you, Elias, for this presentation. We appreciate your dedication to the city and its security, and I hope that in future you are able to bring this sort of information to us in a less dramatic and time-wasting manner. It's like his voice just drips heavy sarcasm.
Iconus is just kind of trying not to smirk.
No, really, half of the room is just suppressing giggles at this little bastard. And he just looks absolutely... It's this toss-up between crushed and furious. Thank you for your... I apologize, Lord Mayor. I truly believe that this situation requires your attention, but I understand, and I appreciate your understanding of that. And he just bows very low to the group, and he is just going to walk straight out.
Iconus just kind of does this slightly smug grin, it's like a smug smirk on her face as she flops back down in her chair.
Well, I think that will do. He bows to Margo, and nods briefly to the party. My apologies for taking up your time. There is the small matter of the Watchmaster, but I believe you are handling that, Captain? He nods over to this woman, and she steps forward and gives him a salute. Yes, Lord Mayor? I have people investigating the crime scene, and we will be interviewing them in a more less aggressive manner than this. And she just gestures to the council meeting. Very well. Thank you for your time. I would appreciate it if you did not leave the building for now. But other than that, please make yourselves more comfortable. And he basically gestures to the guards to open the main doors again. And you guys are politely herded out.
Let's say
So-
during this whole
Mhm.
during this whole thing, Aang has just been at a military at-rest position And as soon as the mayor dismisses him, he bolts to attention and bows to him before leaving.
Skullface gets to hear just for bloody fuckery, bloody.
Breathe.
Courtesy just had her hands politely folded in front of her the whole time, just completely expressionless, smirking when amusing things happen, and now she curtsies and leaves.
Okay.
From up here, you just hear, okay, type of coffee and biscuits, yeah?
Once Aang gets out, the door is shut. You just see his tail go crazy, like, oh bloody hell!
Okay.
Just everyone breathe. No need to panic.
No, I'm not panicking.
I'm not panicking. You're panicking.
No, I'm not panicking, because I'm just bloody insane. He actually looks to Courtesy and goes, did you know she was on the council?
Did I know she was on the council?
Give me a history with, just a flat-out history check. You've worked with her once or twice before.
Womp.
Nope.
You know, I mentioned the other day that crazy elf werewolf.
Wait, crazy elf werewolf? I totally know a crazy elf werewolf. Cursey doesn't say that.
We've seen the
That's me being
transform,
like,
so
I know a crazy elf werewolf.
we've seen the transform, so
I do know someone of that nature.
well, yeah, you know a Courtesy. You've worked with that, but this lot, I was mentioning it to him yesterday. It was a crazy elf werewolf working with us. You remember? He's looking around the room at
Gosh,
this
sorry, you
point.
guys are cutting like in and out for me. I didn't get
Yeah,
like
I'm having-
half of that final conversation with like the whole court thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah,
It might
Skullface-
be your connection.
Yeah.
Basically, Skullface is just kind of wigging out that Icon is not only is on the council, but she's not crazy.
Yeah. Bit of a revelation there.
Yeah.
I did once encounter a pair of dwarf werejackals. That was an interesting day.
Well, interesting. I just
Oh,
found
you
out
died.
that
I apologised
Right,
and I paid
just-
you for it, says Graz.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I just finding out that the craziest member of this militia is not only a council member, but she's not actually crazy, she just pretends.
Darling, the best way to get people off guard and to not pay attention to you is to pretend to be crazy.
She threw a potato at my old partner. So there's something about potassium.
I mean, they are a good source of potassium.
Eat your potassium!
I like potatoes.
Sorry, But I'm sorry, it's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
There
So-
are 3 types of people that people don't pay attention to. The homeless, the crazy, and the working tradesman. You should always watch your mouth around them.
That's true enough.
Right.
Possibly
so-
you should watch the quiet ones.
Alright, so here's the thing, right? The, fleshy, undead, skeleton, all the zombies and all that. I think we've established I'm not really the biggest fan. But, since when have you guys had a ghost as your mayor? She looks to the rest of you guys.
Skullface would have to do a history because he's from Grimscar.
Okay.
Would I
Right.
know how long we've had a ghost as a mayor?
Yeah, you give me another history check.
Awesome. Don't do bad, Courtesy. You've been rolling like buns. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
You don't know.
Yeah.
It's basically since you got here, it's one of them things where it's like, oh yeah, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, whatever. Not my priority. I'm here for different reasons.
Arcanist knew him when he was alive.
Ooh.
Yep.
But anyway, a little bit of a lore drop.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
He must be good at his job if they don't let him give it up after he died.
So, let's see.
On the way out,
Yes.
are we leaving the keep or are we still in the keep?
You
I've got
have
to stay, I think.
basically, you guys are politely asked to remain within while they investigate the murder of the Watchmaster.
So we're just kind of
I'm
hanging
very
around
glad I
in the
didn't have
hall?
all
Which
that
we have
blood
a
on me now.
witness for.
That
We
would
have a
not
witness
be
for
good.
that, so
Yeah.
That secretary lady only saw me. She didn't see him get attacked. She only saw me with my hand like elbow deep into this man.
she probably
So
would have
the
known he
guards
was being
attacked.
attacked, and she saw us
Yeah.
enter the room from the other side.
Yeah, still.
To be
Quite
fair,
shocking,
as Skullface kicked open the door, she was about to be attacked by Thalen. Yeah.
And we did capture the attackers alive.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, they're both alive.
And we do
Still.
have quite a lot of evidence that one of them is, she does air quotes, Darwin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we pretty much got a signed confession from that.
Well, in our world, human beings can be convinced in under 3 hours that they committed a crime that they didn't.
Mm.
I don't know why
That's
I know that, but I do.
Mm.
Like it only takes 9 pounds of force to rip off a human ear. Or the earlobe part, one of those.
Okay. Good to know.
12
I
pounds
was so tempted to say something to that, but I'm not going to.
I know many things. I have an approximate knowledge of many things.
And that's an adventure reference. Hi, Mum. Bye, Mum.
So, as you guys are waiting, eventually. Oh, by the way, this was the individual who was causing problems for you. Let me just bring him up. Where?
Perfectly.
I made his character sheet. I know that he's around here, so why can I not see him?
So are we in a side room or are we hanging around at the entrance?
Basically, yeah, there is like, I would say, there is like, there are 2 guards by the door, but it's not like they're listening into literally everything you're doing. There we go, it's this dude. Is that picture loading for you guys?
It
No.
is not.
No.
Yeah, I've been
No.
having a lot of issues with Roll20 recently and the graphics, so just give me a minute or two. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to give you an example of the individual you were dealing with.
Well, now we know who's racist against the rat folk and the goblins.
And about at that point, you notice Reap shows up. Also, bear with me a second. I wondered what that sound was. My wife's alarm's going off. One moment, please. Oh my gosh.
How alarming.
Ah!
Yeah, I had no idea Den was planning to do that. I ended up having to do the full Perry Mason spiel.
Pretty much. You went full Phoenix Wright on us there for a sec.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
So my reference was just older.
Objection!
Okay.
I just played the whole game of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney with my friend, and it took us a long time. But we did it, and I did all the voices, and my throat went to crap.
They have a collection on Steam. I want to get it, but it's like,
Yeah, I think my friend got that one. So
Mhm.
So we got goblins and a Phoenix Wright voice actor. What could possibly go wrong with that combination?
But anyway, I believe at some point we should try and warn Margo about that little brat.
I apologise, you kind of cut out for me there, Jurnis.
Basically, I was saying if we get the chance, we should warn Margo to keep an eye on this on Elias.
oh,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. As this is going on, one of the guards sort of like looks round the corner at you guys and basically sort of like whispers to the other one for a second and just sort of steps in. And they're going to come over to you. This seems to be like a dwarven male. And just sort of like basically nods to Jurnis to ask to meet him in the corner.
All right.
Okay. As you do so, in a very familiar voice that I cannot impersonate, you hear, so are you guys all right? What was all that about? This is the voice you would recognize as Ajali.
Hello again.
Right, sorry, I saw you guys were getting grabbed and all that, so I've been kind of hiding out. You know, Jasper told me to wait, and I have no idea what's going on here.
Someone tried to throw us under the bus for the actions of the riders.
All right, you mean the wagon cart?
The carriage.
The carriage, yeah.
You know what? This country is weird. They have weird names for things. We call them a bus back home.
Tell me about it.
Technically speaking, we could have them.
Yeah.
That is true, actually. Yeah,
horse-drawn buses were a thing.
And this is like a steampunk place. You know, they do a lot of. They have some very weird tech, as you've seen. But yeah, Ajar in a low voice says, I just wanted to let you guys know, me and Jasper, we've been having a conversation. I'm doing my best. I'm being good. I'm behaving. But I might need your help soon.
I'm just gonna arch my eyebrow with just that are you fucking joking me look.
I mean, look, I told you they stole property from me, right? That's my family's property, and that's what I'm getting back. And I've got some friends who are... Basically, I might have a way in, but I might need your help. Would you be interested?
This sounds very illegal.
Oh, it's not. It's completely illegal. She just like looks at you like, why would you think it's illegal? Very little guile here. No, we're stealing shit. It's mine.
I like how straightforward this person is.
Yeah.
Who are you acquiring it from?
Oh, I think you met him. He was in the Plenum Council. Dude in the blue robes and everything. You would recall as well that while you were in the Plenum Council, one of the people who was sat near the mayor was an elven man in these very elaborate Siren Charter robes.
You want us to steal from the Siren Charter?
Yeah.
So,
Are you insane?
She sort of, you see her mull it over for a moment. No, it's mine. They took it first. I'm just taking it back.
What is it?
She leans forward to whisper, and then you see the other guard. Hey, you mind? What are you doing? Supposed to keep an eye on them, not flirt. And as a dwarven male, so sorry, yeah, no problem. Get back to your post. Right. And she just gives you a look. I'll tell you later. And she just heads back to her quote-unquote position. Right about this time, you see the familiar sight of Reap looking a little confused. So, did I miss something? I've just been told by Margo and Arcanis that you were put on trial for the murder of the Watchmaster?
Yes, it seems Lord Elias wanted to find someone and pointed at the nearest non-usual folk.
The mention of Elias's name, his his face hardens a little.
There you go.
Yes, I see, yes. I'm very familiar with Lord Elias Didgas. Piece of shit he is.
It seems he neglected to invite both yourself and Margo to the trial. It's almost as if he knew that having you there would completely ruin his little xenophobic ranting.
This is nothing new. He's been a problem with us for years now. If it's not the goblins he's trying to get rid of, it's the Veril. Or sometimes the tieflings. At one point, he was trying to get rid of the humans. Anything that isn't a dwarf, gnome, or halfling. Man's an idiot. But anyway,
pay money to see him try
our
to move one of the Loxodons. That would be hilarious.
Oh,
with,
that
how
would
blunt
be.
with how blunt you said that, Courtesy just barely huffs out a laugh, like an actual audible laugh.
Sure. But yes, I wanted to talk to you about our mutual friend. I have not mentioned her presence yet. How can I put this? If she were to be discovered in her condition, basically she would rather people not find out.
Ah, I see.
She knows she can't continue with her position anymore, but she would appreciate if it was not made known what she was.
We
And
didn't
I'd
find
like
her.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'd also ask another favor of you as well. This is one you can refuse, but I'm going to be a little bit busy dealing with all of this. We need to elect a new Watchmaster, and apparently Elias seems to think he's the perfect candidate, and fuck that. So, while I'm dealing with that, I'd appreciate it if you would be able to quietly escort her to the Grey Quarter.
Is she in the keep?
She is not. I've got her in. Where do you have her, Reed? She's no problem. She's currently in a safe house in Red Quarter. But yeah, I'd appreciate it if you were to do it sooner than later. You don't have to, I understand. It's not really something I can pay for or anything, but it's... As while the undead are legally allowed to be here, I would prefer that she was somewhere where nobody's going to find her.
Bottom of a ditch, dead. Got it.
No.
Do you say that out loud?
No, that's a me thing.
Okay.
Courtesy would never say that.
Incidentally,
Right, well.
Curtis here, you have no idea what he's talking about.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
We'll explain, Lord. I, for one, would prefer to do it, but I'm not going to speak for the others. I'm just going to turn and look at Ang.
I mean, I'm currently in between jobs right now while I'm waiting for the new Watchmaster to be appointed, I guess. Is that how that works?
Technically, yeah. I mean, he was the Watchmaster for about, I think he's been there for about 15 years. So, yeah, I mean, he had been there quite a while.
Is there any guarantee I will be I guess, rehired or kept by the new Watchmaster.
I mean, he started.
Gracious. Is Courtesy about to get fired?
You can see sort of like Reap sort of scratching the back of his head a little absent-mindedly. I mean, technically, the whole point of the Watchmaster is to not only deal with the actual city guard and the the Black Guard, but also to deal with the militia, which is as the wardens. I mean, I'm a head warden, but technically the Watchmaster is responsible for the entire thing. So, yeah, we will have to see. We'll have to see about that. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Give me an insight check real fast.
Cool. Awesome. I'm about to get fired, you guys.
Yeah.
This is my connections, though.
Skullface got a natural 20 on that.
I would say that both of you kind of twig onto the fact that Reap is now kind of worrying if he's going to get fired.
Oh no, for real. And if Elias gets the job, he will be.
There are other avenues we can pursue if things were to go south.
Well, that's something. But yes, the main reason I'm here, though, I've just been informed by, the captain. She's satisfied with, the situation. They've interviewed Agnes. What was her name again?
I think
Anna Agatha.
Agatha. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're fairly satisfied with the results. Her team are also busy interviewing aggressively the Grey Twins, and Margo just showed up with this woman who she claims to be the wife. So. Oh, wait, no. Reap actually was there when you captured her. So, yeah, and Margaret just showed up with the wife. So, I think, considering the fact that you, he points to Courtesy, actually picked up one of their other leaders the other day, the one who was driven insane by Madame Patrius.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you guys have done very well. So... He scribbles down a note on a little piece of paper and hands it to you, Jurnis. If you could take care of that little problem for me, I would appreciate it.
Sure thing.
But and for the foreseeable future, you are free to wander around the city as per. Thank you.
Reap, I think you should consider promotion if you get what I mean.
Believe me, Mr. Greenstride, I would love that. As much of a joke as Elias is, he's not alone. And there are many people who see the world the same way he does.
How unfortunate.
Yeah. But we will see. We'll see. Right now I'm trying to focus on making sure we're not all fired. But anyway, take care of yourselves.
You're the one in charge, you won't have to fire any of us.
That is true. All right. Well, you all take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. He just gives you a salute, nod, and heads out. So, you guys are now free to leave the keep. You're able to wander around the city. Let's get
This bread, am I right?
So, as you guys are wandering around, I assume you're heading outside. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss with your party members?
We have a few choices at the moment. First off,
Right.
I know I agreed to this, but I don't know if you want to accompany me on
Before
this.
we do anything, at this point, Skullface just looks at Courtesy directly. and he just goes, "You didn't hear it, but according to Sadie, that bomb was paid for by the Forbriders."
I see. Would I know which Forbrider would have
Oh,
done
you-
something like this?
Absolutely would have. I would say
I know the
that-
name of the other one. I know both the siblings' names, by the way.
Yeah. It was basically as you were looking through the door just before the fight started, you basically peeked in and you instantly recognized that device as the handiwork of Elizabeth Forbrider,
Miss Elizabeth.
sister.
That's who would have done something like this.
Kirsty, I need to know if we're going in there. What are you gonna do?
My priority is not Miss Elizabeth. My priority is something else.
And you know why I'm going after the Forbriders, don't you?
Of course.
Then remind me.
Oh wait, do I know about his family?
Courtesy
would-
was not in the bar when we had this
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
Oh, what I would have known anyways.
I mean, you've been to the house a couple of times over the year. You know that all of the servants were basically replaced by a goblin family. And I would say that, I mean, they didn't really try to make it a secret, but it is basically, Skullface's family that's working there.
Alright, so I just kinda you're a family, that's why you're here.
Then you know, as soon as we get warrant for that place, I'm going in there, and there's going to be nothing on this world that's going to stop me from getting my family out.
Again, my responsibilities are not the whole of the Forbrider family. Simply one person.
Thanks, Kirsty. I appreciate it. This point, he's put his mask and hat back on.
Okay.
Courtesy, by the I know, like, your character's uncomfortable showing his face to people, right?
In public, yes.
Okay, cool.
Mainly because he
She's
doesn't.
kind of just
Mainly
been
because
like,
he doesn't want people.
she's mainly just been like, just because she's worked with you before, she's mainly just kind of like not looking directly at you while you're like mask off and stuff. She's just kind of standing beside you and just kind of looking off into the distance, you know?
The main reason he doesn't want he wears the mask is because he doesn't want his daughter to find out what he's had to do to get her back.
Aw. Courtesy's polite though, so she still would have not looked a lot.
I was
Okay.
going to say this. There's a lot of goblin women who would think it's an absolute waste he's hiding that face.
Aw.
So
Hey,
Okay.
he's got a 12 in. He's got a 12 in charisma.
I
He's
thought
not bad
you cut out at just the interesting moment because I heard he's got 12 in.
He's got 12.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Alrighty then.
The green tripod.
Hello, ladies. Anyway. Jeez Louise. So, where are you guys heading? Are you heading to pick up Dorrit? Are you heading to the pub? Are you going somewhere else? What you doing?
I know I agreed to this. I'm basically holding up a piece of paper from Rue, but it's up to you if you want to come with me.
Alright, would this
Might
be
as well
like
see her.
leaving the town and stuff, or are we just escorting her to a different part of town?
Going from
No,
the
you
red
are
quarter
basically-
to the grey quarter.
I don't-
Keeping her
oh, wait.
under wraps.
The Grey Quarter? I'm bad at directions. Where's the Grey Quarter?
Right there.
Just there.
Awesome. So we're not going out of city then. Cool.
No, you
'Cause
are
I don't-
not.
If we're leaving the city, then I want to do something before. I have a tea date. I can't leave the city before my tea date.
Incidentally, completely out of character. I realised just as I'd pasted it, some of the notes from the past few days. There was a bit of a spoiler there, and I'm glad.
I didn't read them.
I
Yeah,
didn't read
I'm
them.
glad. Yeah, I am very glad. that you did not read them.
Even if I did read them, I would not remember in this moment.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
Skullface
good.
just keeps hearing the word tea date. He goes, not a pride courtesy, but date.
Oh, it's not a date per se. I didn't know how else to. Just a time where I'm which to meet up to have some tea.
Tete-a-tete.
What? I did.
Tete-a-tete.
Yeah.
Quartet? Is that what it's called?
That is the expression, yeah.
Oh, cool. But yes, I'm meeting up with someone to, as promised, to go have some tea.
Fair enough.
And I do think it would be in my best interest to look my best, though no, it's not a date.
I assume
She doesn't say who she's meeting at all.
I assume I've shown someone who actually lives in the city the address, and they're leading the way. I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
That is actually a very good question. I would like you guys to give me a basic investigation check.
All of us?
I would say whoever is the one person who is trying to lead the group. 13. Okay. Yeah.
I'd say Skullface knows this area fairly well because it's near his shop, so...
Yeah. Basically, this is a more, well-maintained area, and you notice this one set of buildings that's actually very near the main wall, with where the keep is. You get the impression that there might have been a way in and out of the keep from this area. But you find this small cottage in this particular block. It's the windows are closed lines. It's a fairly modest, if well maintained, location. You knock on the door.
Yep, Jurnis knocks.
Okay.
Doing it.
Yes. After a moment, you see the curtains twitch slightly. Door opens very carefully, and you see a so courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking through the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, sure. Basically, the door slowly opens, and you see... Where is the sheet? Because I did it this time. Boop. You see this fairly worn-looking, emaciated-looking gnomish woman.
Okay.
In what seem to be priestly robes, various whites and reds. Open the door. As she opens the door, you notice like the front of her robe is absolutely drenched in blood, and is torn, and her eyes are a little bit milky white. There's a slight dryness to the skin, and it takes you only a couple of seconds to realize, oh shit, that's an undead.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
I got nothing against him.
Okay. Good. Ah, you're here.
Why did you single me out? I had one kind of racist moment, and that wasn't my choice.
This is bad because you were the only person who wasn't aware that,
Oh. Cool.
And, did he send you?
He did, yes.
I might be praised. Good. What did he want?
He wanted us to sequester you down to the Greek Quarter. Somewhere you would be a little bit safer.
Fair enough. Honestly, I would actually, let's just say, what time is it? I would say, given all the stuff that's been going on, because this has been one heck of a day, I would say, yeah, just for the sake of it, it is getting close to night time. It's fairly dark outside now, where the torch lights are coming on. Well, let me try and find something to get changed into, and I'll be right with you. May as well come in for a moment.
All right.
She opens the door for you. The building itself, again, it's a fairly small cottage. You see, a couple of paintings on the wall. There's actually one or two photographs as well, and you do see, again, it's a copy of a picture you've seen before, but Reap and Dorrit and a bunch of the other members of the outreach together. You get the impression this is Reap's home.
Oh.
Skullface removes his hat as he enters.
Okay. So, I'd say after like a minute or two, she finds this fairly large, thick, black cloak, heavy hood, pulls it around herself. Well, how do I look?
Is the bloodstain still visible?
Pretty visible, yeah. I mean, she has to pretty much bundle herself around it, and it's kind of Veril-sized, which basically Veril are kind of the equivalent of dwarves, and because she's a gnome, it does seem to kind of... She is kind of like swimming in it a little.
Well, she's not bloodstained anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. She looks down. She looks up at you with a bit of a smile. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. One quick question. Did you two actually confirm with each other that Jurnis is a follower of Ilmarta?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you. Well, I guess we best be off. So,
How disguised does she look? Does she literally look like a walking corpse right now?
give me an investigation check with advantage.
Sure, because I might have something to help with that.
Okay. I'd say at a glance, she looks like a basically either a gnome or a child that's wearing a cloak that's way too big for them and trying really hard not to be seen. So kind of suspicious.
Wait, she's a gnome, right? How tall
Yes.
is she?
About the same size as Glorth.
No.
So about 3 foot? 2
3
foot,
foot.
3 foot? Yeah. Off the top of my head, the DM forgets height.
Yeah, it's about 2 foot.
About 2 foot.
Well, if you're not offended, we could pretend you're a toddler.
Okay. Interesting. She just looks at her slightly, decaying body and everything, the grey hair, and she just looks up at you. Sure, we can try that if you want.
You know what? Hold on a moment. Just digs in her pack for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fix that. And I am going to pull out a disguise kit.
Okay.
Makeover time!
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well done. Okay, I love it. Again, bear with me just one moment because the DM has been drinking way too much fluid, so just need to shoot off for a second. But yeah, we'll be wrapping up soon. I know exactly what's going to happen now. Be right back. Mwah.
Oh god, my eye's itching like crazy.
Which one?
The one that's infected.
You have an infected eye? My condolences.
Yeah. Oh, cheers, Liz. It's just...
Good
I've
guy.
got drops for it, but it's... I suspect it is, yeah. I mean, we just gave me the drops, so...
You tried putting a cold tea bag on it?
I have not. I'm just trying not to touch it a minute.
What a very British thing to do.
It is a very British thing to do, and it does reduce itching.
Oh, I don't doubt. I don't doubt it. It
I just have
doesn't.
to
It's just.
be careful not to touch it. I'll be fine.
Have you tried using tea?
It's just the thing, if anyone is upset and Aaron's like, I'll make a cup of tea. I'll put the kettle on.
Yeah.
I
Cup of
actually
tea.
like tea. It's just
Is it-
very
don't-
earthy water
is
to
it-
me.
Because they haven't actually proven that the Irish drink more tea than the English do.
Yes. Everything's tea here.
Everything's tea.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just remember hearing that. I wasn't sure if it was actually a genuine thing or not.
It's just like the English drink more booze than the Irish.
All I can think now is the scene from the second Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy book, Restaurant at the End of the Universe,
Oh,
where Arthur is trying to explain to the ship what tea is, and it essentially breaks the
really
ship.
dramatic. Love that bit.
Hot leaf juice. So, with my
How
little
would you
wigs
like-
and makeup
how-
kit, how pretty have I made this gnome?
I would say, yeah, you've done a good job. She looks better than she does in the picture, to be honest. Again, because she was fairly elderly to begin with. She looks 25, 30 at the most.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dang.
Let's
We
just
have
see
a message from the Cork. Says you can mail.
Well, I know who's helping Courtesy prepare for her tea time. Woo!
chamomile tea. Yeah.
Well, what can I say?
Let's
When
go.
you need to perform for a living, you tend to make yourself look good.
Yeah, my room used to do exactly the same thing.
She's just seems really taken with herself in the mirror. You also just see this brief moment of sadness in her eyes, and she's like, "Thank you, lady. Thank you. That means the world to me. You do very good work."
Yes. Well,
Doing things in here no light.
small mercies and all that.
Small mercies are what make the world go round. Well, shall we?
All right.
Before we go, Skullface just quietly says to Sister Dorrit, Sister, I know that this is exactly the most ideal situation, but being in your condition, does it hurt?
She basically she takes a moment. She looks thoughtful, and she just sort of like she just pokes the basic hole. I know that there's a wound there, and she touches the side of your face, and I know that you're there. It's just, I suppose there's a difference between feeling and knowing, and it's hard to describe.
I understand. Forgive me, Sister, just...
No, it's quite all right. I understand. Believe me, I'm trying to wrap it up myself, but
It's more of a stupid second I thought of someone I lost. If she had come back, what would I do?
she just you just see her hold her hand, and I'd say the rest of you can see her basically instantly switch into her professional carer mode, and she says, "Well, if you have a few minutes, would you like to talk about it in private?"
No, it's alright, Sister. We best get you to safe rooms. This is a safe place.
I think I just witnessed the adoption of Skullface.
Oh, well. She gives you a warm smile. No problem. If you ever do need to talk, then you're going to know where I am, aren't you, my dear? So,
That is true.
She flips up the hood. Shall we?
Of course.
Well, did Reed give us a specific address, or did he just want us to dump her anywhere in the Grey Quarter?
You were basically told Grey Quarter.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Just get over the border. There you go. Push.
Yeah.
Anybody know anywhere in the Grey Quarter we could take Dorrit?
Would I know?
Yeah, would I know?
Thing definitely wouldn't know.
History check.
Surely there's like a halfway house or something.
I think we lost Dennis.
Yeah, I suspect so. Now I'm just gonna close these extra sheets down. I don't need them.
Rip. Dennis will be missed.
Oh, yeah, he's the god.
He was good to us.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could hear you. I could hear you fine. That's great.
Yeah, sure. Nope.
What was that sound effect?
I don't know.
That was you appearing in our lives again after dying.
Fair enough. Okay.
And on the third second, he rose again.
Oh my god. Well, yes, I said history check, absolutely.
Awesome.
Both courtesy and Skullface. Yeah.
Finally.
I'd say, Miss Kersey, you've wandered through the Grey Quarter once or twice. It's not like it's boarded off or anything. You do know that most of the living, they tend to avoid it, or rather the regular townsfolk avoid it when they can. However, there's nothing to stop people wandering in. We just know that anybody who wanders around is heavily monitored.
Cool. Awesome. So I kind of relay that, we can go in, but we're gonna be watched.
And basically with an 18, I'd say that Grey Wall especially is like the residential area where most of the undead quote unquote live, and there are it's not exactly an official offshoot of the Wardens, but they have their own people taking care of security. So you get the impression if you head on in there with Dorrit, someone's going to approach you.
Would that be a good or a bad thing?
For what you want, probably a good thing.
Okay. So we'll not have to go that far.
Okay.
On that note, Kraz, do you think it would be wiser for you to wait for us at the tavern?
Thank you so much. While this has been going on, Graz has not been inside. She's just been waiting outside, just looking very skittish. So do you step outside?
Yeah, I step outside to check.
Yeah, she's just kind of been pacing back and forth near the wall, looking very on edge. That would actually be the best thing ever. Sorry, Red. Again, I'm sorry. I'm not.
It's not your fault, Red.
I mean, she in a very low voice to make sure no one else hears her. She, even though it's technically just you two, she kind of gets low voice and comes closer and says, "Well, I know it's wrong, but they just freak me out. It's not normal. I've seen what they can do. You've seen what they do."
Yes, I know. But we kind of have to separate the feral ones from ones like Dorrit. Trust me, I'm uncomfortable too, but it's still a person. The feral ones will put down.
Give me a persuasion with straight persuasion check.
Persuasion.
A person is. A
Oh,
person
holy
is a
shit,
person,
yeah.
No matter how dead.
Yeah. She
All right,
look.
Horton.
Yeah.
How did
She
you know
kind
my
of.
maiden name?
I think that's a reference.
I know it's Horton Here's a Who, but it's literally
Yeah.
my maiden name.
Huh.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway. Yeah, Jurnis. Sorry. My gosh. Graz looks kind of ashamed of herself and just like wordlessly nods to you. All right. You want me to take a little one down the pub? She gestures over to a Glorth who's busy looking around. As you turn around, you see him. He's actually kind of on the table, and he's looking at something very fragile belonging to Reap.
Dwarf, please
Yeah.
don't touch that.
Oh, okay. Do you think it'll explode?
Quite possibly.
Yes, it will
why
explode. Don't touch it.
You go with Graz back to the tavern and get yourself a nice drink of milk.
Okay, I can do that. He's gonna just hop down and head over to it. Graz will basically just take him by the hand, just give you a nod. Again, look a little bit shamefaced towards the house, and she's just gonna head off.
Don't worry about it, Graz. It's something we both have to get used to.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, Skullface kind of reluctantly looks to Dorrit, and he starts whispering to her about explaining what happened to his wife.
Okay. She's actually just going to take you to the side, and she's just going to wordlessly listen for a while.
And he basically goes over the whole story, and he misses out the gory details about what happened to the person responsible. He just says if he got what they deserved.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Well, I think I'm unfortunately the worst person to ask about what happens when we die.
Not
But-
bad.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
It's not bad, sister. It's more. It's been over a year now, and every day I know I should try and move on, and I have tried to for the sake of my daughter, but Power just doesn't want to let go.
40 years ago, I was married. We eventually separated. It was amicable, but we just grew apart as people. And my work for a martyr was not something they could get behind. So
Bit too much blood on these
it's
ends to be a priest.
it's of course not comparable to what you've been through, but you just, as someone who has been alone in that regard, at least for 40 years, you never stop thinking of them. They will always be a part of you. It's up to you to make sure that they are the best part. Don't let them be a regret. That would be a disservice to everything they've done. Let them be the best part of you.
Well, right now, getting my daughter back is what matters most.
She nods.
That's never going to change.
She takes your hand and mutters a few words. May the martyr guide and watch over you.
Welcome to Sadness the game. What the
I
heck?
know, holy shit.
Character development.
Yeah. Okay, Skullface.
Yeah.
You, for the briefest of moments, you feel as if it's like there's a bit of warmth on your hand, and for the briefest of moments, it's almost like you could you remember crystal clear the first song your wife sang for her daughter.
Aww.
Skullface is just he's smiling properly for the first time
Mm.
that the party's seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, shall we go?
Oh yes, of course. He very quickly puts the mask and hat back on.
She basically, because the disguise is so freaking good, she actually kind of has the hood mainly down. She's wearing a more normal-looking robe. Cloak. It's kind of bundled up, but it's not one that she's drowning in. She just offers her arm to Skullface.
See, you kind of cut out on that last
Oh,
sentence.
basically, she's just offering her arm to Skullface like an escort. Shall we?
All right. Skullface accepts it.
Okay. So, because it's such a good disguise, I'm not going to have you roll. You make your way down the various streets of the Royal Quarter. In between the various embassies and tavern buildings. To your left is the Tarditail Tavern, where Graz is chilling out with Glorth. To the right, Jurnis, you see the large walled compound that contains the Siren Charter.
Walking by completely nonchalantly.
You head down the main road.
Do we have a code clearance on that casual-looking tiefling?
So,
We get it. You're nonchalant.
That's
and
3 different Family Guy references in one space of 1 minute.
Yahtzee!
2 of which from the Star Wars plots.
Oh my gosh. Ba 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 ba. Technically, that was a Blues Brothers reference.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of erroneous because that's not. Actually, no. Yeah, there's. Yeah, never mind. Misremembering the sequence.
So, I would say this: as you guys start making your way into past the various bustling marketplaces of like Molmir and the more wealthy-looking establishment of Blue Gold, you start to notice the buildings take on a more ramshackle appearance. It's not like they're ruins by any stretch, but you get the feeling that most of these all the windows are boarded up. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of light. What little you do see are from the occasional street lamp on the main roads. The mist is fairly thick in this section of the city. And as you're making your way through the more tighter and tighter alleys and side passageways, you round the corner and you all but walk into 2 very, very large figures, both in heavy plate armor. Would anyone like to make me a history check, please?
Oh, heck yeah. I'm all about
Okay.
that.
Nice.
Oh, Skullface is rolling well tonight.
He is, yeah. Okay.
I'm finally rolling well.
Yeah. Okay, so you're able to tell at a glance that's old freaking armor. You would say that one of them seems to be from a completely different continent, the distant land of Vattenberg, and courtesy, you would notice this as well, given the fact that the Fabriders are originally from that continent. And the other one seems to be far, far from the north, way past the other side of the Crux continent, somewhere in the Union, maybe. But both of them
The
are
one
definitely.
from the. Oh, sorry. The one from the continent that that I've been to and probably have been in before. Do they have like a traditional like little greeting or something or gesture? Because I would probably do that to that person.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say that there's a sort of like a certain type of bow that you would do.
Cool. That's what I'd do.
Okay.
To that one, and then just curtsy to the other.
You would notice they do seem taken aback at that for a moment, but they return it a little slower, a little surprised, and you hear this deep, feminine voice. And how may we help you?
We are merely acting as escorts this evening to. Well, actually, I know I wouldn't know what to say. I don't know if we're trying to be secretive about this, actually.
Are these people obviously undead?
I would say, looking at the armor, it is fucking old, and there's the very slightest glow coming from within the faceplate. Probably.
We're escorting
Skullface.
a member of the recently deceased to find them somewhere safe amongst others of the same persuasion.
Skullface is making sure that his badge is on display.
Mm-hmm. They make a they are basically taking note of the fact that you're all apparently wardens. Very well then. The one in front of you, from who appears to be from Vatten, she removes her helmet, and you see she's this large, about let's say 9 foot tall Minotaur woman.
Gracious.
Pale white fur. You see basically parts of the bone sticking out from the face. Cold, glowing blue eyes. And she looks around the group. Then her eyes rest on Dorrit for a moment. Eyes narrow a little, and she's like, very well done.
Well, that sounds peachy.
Yeah, in the book it's peachy. Yeah. To clarify, for those of you who don't know, in our other game, Curse of Strahd, I have this NPC from my character's backstory who is actually based on what my old World of Warcraft character. And in the book that that this adventure is based on, that I wrote, I threw him in there as well. But this time it's a female. So, female Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
The other one removes his helmet, and you see this large orc male.
Did you literally just gender swap them?
Yep.
Hi, yes.
Just gives a nod to this his fellow. Well, would you like us to take it from here, or would you care to join us? You're welcome, of course.
I think it would put Reap's mind at ease if we ensured she's settled in.
Well then. The Minotaur nods to you. Oh well, follow us then. And helmets off. She leads the way deeper into the Grey Quarter. and the orc returns to his post, basically propping up the side of the wall, just like carefully keeping his eye open. So, as you head deeper into the Grey Quarter, you start to notice more and more colour. But while the buildings themselves seem fairly drab and run down, there is this, and there does seem to be this feeling of a small, close community. You see various street vendors and people trading even at this late at night. There's various people fairly heavily cloaked and with hard to see features. We're trading coin for various services. It's not loud and bustling by any stretch, but it does seem to be active nonetheless. This is the beer market. You'll be able to find pretty much anything depending on your tastes. Just be aware that we are watching, so I don't need to tell wardens how to behave, but for the most part, we like to keep things polite here. She said to this group.
Of course, thank you for your assistance.
Not a problem. She leads you to one of the larger buildings in here, and she's going to... she's actually going to knock twice on the door. This heavy wooden door slowly opens up, and you see this, I would say, goblin woman. Again, milky white eyes, slight glow to them. Yes?
Just say...
Yes, Sephi?
Sorry, you broke out there, Sephi?
Just say, would Skullface recognize her at all?
Give me a history check.
Sephi.
We just need a history check from you, my friend. Internet is being a swine tonight, isn't it?
Really is.
Yeah.
It's me. I ate all the internet.
Incidentally, Sephi, I can see you're trying to make sounds, but I'm not hearing anything. All right, we'll just wait for Sephi to come back. But yeah.
So, is this the place where she gets issued her handbook for the recently deceased?
Pretty much, yes. This is basically the drop-in center. Yes. Yeah. This goblin woman's name is actually Juno. Yeah, this goblin is now officially named Juno. Yeah, your caseworker.
Is she smoking through a hole in her throat?
Yes. Yes, she is. Basically, she looks like a more run-down version of Margo.
Literally the character from Beetlejuice, just a goblin.
Yeah. No, it literally is. It's just a drag and drop. We're just going to wait for Sephi to reconnect. Poor Devil's having tech issues.
Yeah, Juno wasn't actually in the musical, but I did watch the Beetlejuice movie, fortunately, so I do know who she is.
Yeah. Let me know where to paraphrase this when it comes back. But basically, no, Skullface would not recognize this individual.
Okay.
But yeah, so you guys are led through a fairly tight, winding. I think his entire computer shut down.
Gracious.
Possibly.
dear.
Yeah.
Sarah's computer does that. She'll be playing something and suddenly be like, "Hello, we have issues. We're turning off." And it's like, "Okay, fine."
Yeah.
Oh,
That way.
I see a Seth in the Discord.
I see a little silhouette over
Hello?
Seth.
Hello, we hear
I
you.
hear you.
Oh, yeah. Damn connection went completely on me. Sorry
No,
about
it
that.
happens, dude. It happens. But yeah, no. Long and the short of it is, you did not recognize her, and she is now. Her name is Juno, and she is literally that character from Beetlejuice, the caseworker.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, you guys are herded through a very tight. Here's the thing: outside, the streets. There's a couple of people around, and it's fairly open. But cozy. The moment you enter this building, however, you realize, holy shit, this building is packed with people. It is basically, there are large groups of people huddled across the wall. Are you okay there? Whoops.
Jurnis?
Never mind. We'll get to that in a minute. There was so it's really tightly packed. There's just tons and tons of people in here, and they are all undead. They looked to Dorrit with a bit of a nod. They look very wary at you lot, though.
I curtsy to the room at whole.
They're basically, it's like you get the feeling that this is sort of like a
Skullface removes his hat
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah. So you guys basically you're led through this really packed building. It's just, you can see like there isn't a single square inch that is not taken up with a person. And they're conversing. Some of them are just like curled up on the floor. Some of them are just sort of like reading. Some of them are just like
Have
staring.
they taken their numbers?
Well, yeah. Give me a basic perception check.
On a couch.
Say again.
Is there a lady that's in two pieces on a couch?
You know what? Yes.
Heck yeah.
Just literally walked into a Beetlejuice reference right now.
You kind of have, yeah. But it's kind of that, but a bit dingier, a little bit worse. You get the feeling that there are way more people here than you expected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh,
so
Miss
I
Curtis.
expected there might be some front of some kind to keep other people away that they don't like.
I'm suddenly very glad we didn't drag Graz here.
So here's the thing. As you guys are wandering through, this is one of the smaller buildings.
Sorry.
Not a problem. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, you basically get the impression, because this is one of the smaller buildings. Holy shit! If all of them are like this, there's a lot of fucking undead in this city.
More than we were led to believe, probably.
Yep. And as the main group is being led down, Courtesy,
Yeah.
you basically, as you're heading past this stairwell, you see one person sort of like, basically she's taking a good look at your group, and then she's just bolting down the corridor.
Do I recognize her?
It was a nut. They were basically wrapped up in fairly thick, cloaks and furs. Most of the people here are kind of bundled up and everything. You get the feeling that this is almost like a refugee camp in a way, or like the entire district is. Not from that angle. It is very poorly lit in here.
All right. I'm just gonna mention that kind of idly to the group. It's just like, did anybody notice that?
I would say nobody else did, just you.
Well, I'm gonna keep a wary eye out then, like
Okay.
a little closer eye out on everything.
Okay. Right. So I would say like a little time passes, and basically they have a chat with Dolts, explaining the situation that she's allowed to go anywhere in Grey Quarter. They're going to find some space for her. Yeah. Again, there are little pockets of space, but there are, as I say, a lot of people here. And pretty much all of them are just staring at you, looking very afraid, and it's a surreal image to see basically zombies and the undead look at you with concern and fear. And there are like there are from all kinds of races. Anything that you could imagine is here.
Gracious.
You get the feeling, and knowing what little you do about sanctuary cities for the undead, they're very few and far between. These people would have come from all over the continent to be here.
Goodness.
Yeah. So, Dorit, basically, she fills in a little paperwork, and yes, she is given a little book.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
Hand guide for the recently deceased.
yeah. And
Awesome.
Juno basically is just like, yeah, don't worry, still, we've got a couple of priests and all that. I think you'll fit in well here. It'll be fine. But she looks to the rest of you lot. So, are you not satisfied? We're not like evil fleshy monsters gonna eat you all up in the middle of the night.
That wasn't the impression I was under, no.
Good. Look, we'd appreciate it if you'd keep what you see here to yourself. Most lot would be a bit uncomfortable to know how many neighbors they have. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Don't
There's
worry.
no reason to spread such word.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, 1 second. Advantage. And
After all, you are merely people trying to make a living.
Okay.
For lack of
Yeah.
a better term, yes.
Wait, I have to roll again. You said with advantage, right?
Sure. That's all good. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll take the good one.
Okay. Yes, it's just notes here.
Oh,
Right.
dear.
Well, as I say, you're
I got-
welcome. Yes.
I got natural 20 on that.
You did. She just saw arches her eyebrow at Skullface, and again, as I was saying before, she kind of reminds you a bit of Margo in a way, like some of like the at least the appearance, the personality, and everything. So it just gives you like a little nudge, like, I like you little silver tongue, you haven't you, sunshine?
Try to do my best.
Yeah, you guys basically can tell that this undead goblin is trying to flirt with Skullface.
Courtesy hides a laugh behind a small laugh behind her hand.
Skullface kind of says, aggressively, I'm married.
Oh, no, well, technically so am I. But anyway. Well, as I say, you're always welcome in the quarter whenever you want. Being market's open 24/7. And of course, if you wish to see the sister again, all you have to do is just ask, and we'll put her to work. She nods to Dorit, and Dorit nods gratefully. That's all I really care about. And it looks like she looks around the group. I think Ilmata would be proud of what we're doing here.
Jurnis kind of pulls out the Immorta holy symbol and just kind of looks at it for a bit. I think you might be right.
She looks at the symbol with a bit of surprise and looks at you, and then just gives you this really warm smile. Well, and they say there's no such thing as destiny, my dear.
Well, to be truly honest, it was given to me by a travelling cleric. I'm not entirely sure yet.
When you have the time, come and seek me out, and we can have a real conversation about it.
Well, I might take you up on that.
I hope you do, my dear.
Well, I hope you do get settled in. But for
I think we
now,
just got as a group adopted.
Yeah,
If you
basically.
guys have any problems with your lives or people, come talk to me. We can sort it out.
No, seriously, you get the impression from this tiny little gnome lady, she's in full mom mode. This is what she does. So,
my mom never loved me.
oh my gosh. But yeah, as you guys...
Oh, let's not talk about Jurnis' mommy issues.
Oh, one day. As you guys are preparing to leave, this youngish, halfling gentleman, fairly well dressed aside from one part of his face is missing. He comes in and he's whispering something to Juno. She looks over to you, Courtesy. Is your name Courtesy?
That's right, ma'am.
Hi, someone wants to chat with you.
All right then. And so I follow wherever, or stand there, depending on what they want from me.
Yeah. The halfling gentleman gestures for you to follow him.
I will be
All
back
of this
shortly.
or just courtesy?
Just courtesy. But you may do as you wish.
I will be back shortly, and I walk off with wherever.
Okay. You follow this halfling gentleman through, again, this very tight passageway, people huddled there, try and move out of your way, let you pass and everything.
Sort of like little alleyways of Venice?
Yes, kind of, yeah. He leads you up the stairs where you saw movement before, and down a corridor. Eventually he gets to this one door, and he knocks on it. You hear a voice. One moment. And the door clicks, and it opens. You give me a perception check, please.
Womp. Womp.
Okay.
Nice.
It's breathy, it's ragged, and you get the feeling it's trying to disguise itself, but it does seem familiar.
Ooh. Okay.
So the door is slightly opened. Do you go inside?
Yes.
Okay. You step inside. It's a fairly small, modest room. There are a couple of people in there. The person who opened the door seems to be an elven woman in her 50s. Again, clearly undead. And she looks at you. Are you Miss Courtesy?
That's right.
Oh, she said she wanted a chat with you, and she points to the far corner of the room. And there's, up against the window, looking out through, the thin boards, is a tall woman in thick, heavy furs and a hood pulled up over her head. even with the hood, you can see the slight curve of horns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this
Do you
totally who I'm
proceed?
thinking it is? Heck yeah, I proceed.
Okay. The elven woman shuts the door behind her and moves over to what you would assume to be her family. You get the impression that there are several families sharing a room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you approach the woman in the corner.
Yes.
Okay.
Dennis, if this is who I think it is, I am totally every step of the way with this.
Okay. She basically she hears your footsteps behind her and gives a very deep, weary sigh. I had hoped that we would not have this meeting for a while, my darling. But I see there's not much point in putting this off. And she slowly turns around and flips the hood, showing
Yes.
large black curved horns and the unfortunately clearly undead visage
I don't care
of
about that.
Lady Christina Fabrida.
And Courtesy she just almost nearly just straight up breaks into tears, like her cold, cool facade just breaks, and she just sighs in or she just nearly exhales in surprise and joy and shock, just Katrina, and then she just or Christina, is it Christina or Katrina? I always
It's
forget.
Christina.
And she just does that, and she's nearly crying, and she just appears to stutter forward, and then she pulls herself back, and then curtsies her deepest curtsy, and just tries to rein herself back in. She's like, "My lady."
It is good to see you again, Eleanor.
And I just look up at her from my curtsy, and Courtesy's full on crying.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking
She is
forward.
too. I know. We have a lot to discuss. And we will get to that next week. Oh, yeah.
Yay! I totally knew it. As soon as you dragged me away, I was like, it's time. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's here.
The time has come.
So members of the Four Riders are tieflings.
They are. They're a tiefling family. Elias mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. This is great. I'm excited.
I wonder.
Finally.
I wonder.
Yes.
What?
Do
What
you
type
wonder,
of
Fox?
wound did she have?
Christina?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
could I see it? Was it visible?
She was. I would say she's wearing very thick furs. Still expensive looking clothing. It's a bit run down. It's a bit worn.
Mm-hmm.
But she's fairly well bundled up. It's fairly hard to make out anything. It's like the eyes have that milky white glow to them, and she does have that slight thin, dry parchment type skin that Dorrit has.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you couldn't really tell anything. But yeah, Jurnis, do you have a theory or something?
Perhaps.
Would you like to share it with the class?
I would love to hear this class sharing moment.
What color skin is this tiefling?
I would say she has very soft lilac.
Does she bear a resemblance to another party member?
Shh, you're not there.
Hmm.
But no, yeah, that's something
Courtesy
we might
would
have
probably
to...
be able to see.
Courtesy what?
Cursey might be able to see.
Oh, does she?
That's an interesting theory. We'll have to get into that next week.
Awesome.
Any other theories? Any comments? Any?
I just realized that
observations?
Courtesy does have. She kind of looks like she has hypothermia. Courtesy, so she's super pale. She could probably fit in with like undead people if she really wanted to.
Yeah.
She's got like a bluish tint to her, like the tips of her ears and her lips and stuff.
Well, all I can really say is Skullface may finally be getting ready to move on.
Oh. Yeah, Dorrit's glad that she could help there. So,
He
did everyone
appreciates
like Elias, the incompetent little devil that he was?
Yeah. You said Elias, and I was like, wait, that character from Person of Interest, who's a gang, the head of a gang?
That was actually an inspiration of a different character, but yeah, no, I just like the name Elias.
Elias is a really
him
good
a
name.
rat, but it would be an insult to the Varel.
It would be. It would be.
And I did not expect to end up doing the best Perry Mason impression.
Yeah. Yeah, I kinda didn't tell you beforehand that Arcanis was a member of the plenum.
I know.
She's been around for 400 years. You better believe she's earned it. Yeah. But yes, I'd say usually we do play the game and all that, but I never really used the dice. I mean, there were a few nat ones. I would say that I was toying with the idea of allowing the Watchmaster to live if you got to him in time.
Oh, so his death was
But then I went and failed.
His death is not baked in. The thing is, originally, when I said, oh, you went to Margo before you went to the Watchmaster, which is absolutely fine because that's how this group is set up, but the way it's written, the Watchmaster genuinely thought that he could easily handle Devon / Lord Victor. Because he had 3 guards with him. What he didn't count on was the fact that his brother was a fucking beast with a sword.
And they did the Skullface shooting their knees.
Yeah, no, Skullface did and Dang, you guys did a good job with the damage there.
God, you. It's like I said, I just found that. I just had to put up that picture from Boondock Saints. Cigar. And
I was actually a little surprised after the successful fisting that I gave him the first time that he was still standing.
No, he was tough. They were both tough. Mechanically speaking, for those interested, Lord Grey is a bandit captain, but his brother is a gladiator.
Oh.
Way more health, but he had already been really badly damaged by killing the 3 guards.
Oh, I was more talking about Victor.
Oh, Victor. Yeah, Victor was a tough devil. And he was fresh from having just murdered the Watchmaster, so...
Felt like 20 or 25 damage to him in one go, and it was like, fucker, you're still standing?
Let me actually just bring up this thing 1 second.
I can't believe I got 31 damage in 1 round.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Is it wrong of me to assume that Miss, she might have, my lady, she might have been murdered by one of her siblings? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking here.
That would be an interesting development, wouldn't it?
Eric is a jealous piece of crap who's upset I won't work under him.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Elizabeth, really. I know a little more about Eric, but...
I'd say from what little you've picked up from the family and everything, Elizabeth is sort of like the scientist. She's more interested in, she's basically a weapons manufacturer.
Yeah, she's not really interested in being head of the house.
No, she just likes to make things that blow up.
Totally think Eric did it, that piece of crap.
No, so her and Glorith would get along just fine.
My sister's missing. Why aren't you working under me, whiner? Okay.
That's not. Yeah. That's kind of. I guess that's how Courtesy sees the situation.
And
Yeah.
Skullface is just like, okay, you've got my family. You die.
My sisters are like, I've been specifically raised to take care of your sister. Back off, Eric, you bun.
Gone into attack mode.
But yeah, Theus had 112 hit points.
Gracious.
Victor had 65 hit points.
Gracious again.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were tough devils.
Formidable duo.
Yeah.
Jesus, I wiped out a huge chunk of gunslingers just.
Yeah, he got me down to 6 hit points.
Yeah, because here's the thing, some of his attacks kept missing. He was looking to take you with him. He knew he was done. He wanted to take you with him.
Yeah, as soon as I heard you say something along those lines, I was like, ooh, something drastic might happen here.
But yeah, no, you survived. You did well. And pretty much you guys have managed to wrap up that little story nicely. However, it looks like we have something else to deal with next week. And I will say this, depending on how things go next week, it might be our last session.
For a while?
Yeah,
just in general?
Just in general because of the... because I, the DM, am preparing to move. There's a bunch of different things going on, and I kind of need a bit of time to prepare for some things.
Heck yeah.
However, Sephi, we had something to ask Miss Kersey, but actually we'll do that after the stream ends. For the time being, going down the list, does anyone else have anything to say before we end the stream itself?
No.
Okay, that has been a very good night from me. A good night from Icy.
Good night.
A good night from Jurnis.
Good night.
A good night from Lizzie.
Good night.
And a good night from Sephi.
Night.
See you all again, kids. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.